Wow. I'm alive on the internet. I think. We totes live. Whoa!
Whoa, I just got a little buzz in my shorts.
That's why I took my phone out of my pocket. Because I knew it was going to happen.
Yep. Alright then.
We are apparently live on the internet.
Apparently. Alright, so, hello and welcome to tonight's stream of Core World's Galactic Orders, Kairos box. So this is actually the expansion box, because the expansion box was large enough to include the base game. So we got rid of the base game box. And also a lot of people say that that you need this expansion to play the base game. So
yeah.
And
also Broken Token made an insert for this box, but not for the original. Actually, Tony, if you creepily reach under the table,
Didn't you put it like way too far?
No, I just put it.
Oh, it's just on the chair.
On that chair.
Oh, okay.
It's just on his lap. Pay no attention to.
So yeah, we have the Broken Token insert for this as well. Because this is one of Steve's favorite space games.
It is, in fact, one of my favorite space games.
I'm not saying that we're doing Spaceuary because this game exists and Steve wanted to stream it, but it's definitely a part of it. So Core Worlds is designed by Andrew Parks. I'm assuming the base game is as well. Go Andrew. And it's published by Stronghold Games. And it's a deck builder for 2 to 5 players. And I don't remember if the base game is 2 to 5. Just the expansion?
Base game is 2 to 5.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's cool. So...
Beatrice, this is the first Stronghold game I ever got. I think it was 2011. And then
what about Confusion?
I got it at the same time. I got Confusion and Core Worlds in the same little order.
There you go. Alright, so we can put that back. No, it goes in the back frame. So Core Worlds is a deck builder. This is like our third deck builder of
Star
Space
Realms,
Series.
Eminent Domain, Impulse is not. I think this is the third one. Yeah.
No, this is our third deck builder. Turns out when space games were all of our I don't know. So if you didn't notice, Thursdays we're doing our throwback games. So Tuesdays we were doing newer, more recently published games, and then Thursdays we were doing games that had been published in the years previously. Hey Eden, hey Catherine, hey Angela. And so I guess in 2011, 2012, 2013, in that time period, deck builders were big.
Yes.
So Spaceuary / deck builder-ary. So what we already did the setup for this game, so if you are wanting to learn how to play this game from the setup, go ahead and just do the setup from the rulebook. It's pretty straightforward. You basically that's what we did. There's basically what's gonna happen is we're gonna play the game over 10 rounds, and it's kind of a little bit different from a deck builder in that it's not your usual deck builder, which is the other reason why I was totally cool putting it in Spaceuary. So we each represent different cultures, civilizations.
Barbarian civilization.
Oh,
we're barbarian kingdoms.
Okay. Going out into the space world. Look, I'm tired. To conquer planets and to acquire different technologies and whatnot and put them into our empire or technology, our deck, so that we can expand and conquer more.
We're basically going from the outer reaches of the galaxy into the core worlds. So I guess the conceit is that we're not attacking each other. We're sort of all at the outer edges of the spiral, going inwards. So we're basically racing to get to the center.
We're all the barbarians conquering Rome.
Yeah. The Time Lords are freaking out, basically. So the game's going to be played over 10 rounds. And what's interesting about this game is that we're going to have a certain number of actions every round determined by which round we're in. And so there are these round tracker cards over at that end of the table. And there's a little token that says which round we're in. But for the first 2 rounds, we're going to have 4 actions. And then for the middle rounds, we're going to have 5 actions. So for all the middle rounds, we're going to have 5 actions. And the very last rounds of the game, we're going to have 6 actions. And the way that the actions are going to work is we're going to do them round robin style, where we're going to draw our hands, normal deck builder stuff, right? And then on your turn, it's kind of weird to say actions, but basically we're taking the actions one at a time. So I will have 4 actions this round, but I take one at a time. So I would take an action, then Tony, then Steve, so on, until we've all taken our 4 actions, and then we would discard our cards. Normal deck roll, except for you get to keep one, which is nice. So you'd be like, oh, I want to keep this one. Discard anything else you have left, and then you draw back up to the hand limit, which is 5.
It's 6.
Oh, it's 6.
So you will draw 5 cards if you kept one, and you'll draw 6 if you kept keep any.
There we go.
Cool.
Hands are 6. So that's kind of a new fun twist. Another fun twist is that we're actually having persisting tableaus. So Steve's tableau is a little wonky. But in this game, so in a normal deck builder, let's put a temporary market out for teaching.
Okay.
Be great.
We have to draft these to start the game anyway, so.
Yeah. So we're going to be drafting these cards for the starting round. In Galactic Orders, you do a starting drafting thing to start the game, and we haven't done that yet because we wanted to put it on camera.
Yeah, 8.
But what we're going to do is we're going to put 8 cards out. Let's pretend that this is an action. And we have 8 things that we can do. Normally, this would be a little bit more diverse and have some planets in here that we could also do and some tactics cards and things like that. But the cost for the card is...
Not on any of those.
Not on any of these because we draft them so we don't start the game with them. Can I have... Sorry. Can we do... Yeah, just give us something from one of the actual...
One of the later decks.
Yeah. Here we go.
Ignore the event.
Okay.
Ignore that event.
There are events mixed in, and only one event will trigger, but it depends. It's like whichever one's on top of it.
Okay, so now we have 3 planets, and we have 3 not planets. So we're good.
Okay, cool.
And then the events will just stack up over here.
So, a world of planets look like that. They're green, and they have, at the bottom here, what you need to conquer that planet to put it into your area of space as to what you control. Then you also have unit cards, which are these ones, which will give you the goods that you need to conquer stuff there. So, and then there's also tactic cards, which are like a new action things. They have walls of text that you can read to do fun stuff.
And most of them don't require actions unless they say as an action.
Yeah. So during this game, what you're going to do is you're going to have to deploy units. Let's start with buying. So if you want to buy something, the cost for the card is actually if it's something you can buy, the cost for the card is actually in the like bar right there. So this card would cost 5 to buy. Then once this card is in my hand, it would go to my discard, shuffles in. Once it comes into my hand, if I want to actually play it into my tableau area so that I can use this card, I have to pay this cost up here, which is 6 energy. And I'll gain energy at the beginning of every round based on what I have conquered. But I need to pay that energy to even put that card out so I can use it. And putting that card out so I can use it is one of my actions. So because what's going to happen is, as we play this game, we're going to have this tableau of soldiers and, well, they're called grunts and snubs at the beginning of the game, but they're basically land infantry and,
Spaceships.
I was like, sky infantry. What's sky infantry?
Starfighter.
What is it? Flying trains or something?
Yeah. And you're gonna have this tableau of armies, basically,
Called
and
your war zone.
Your war zone. Once you have enough baddies for what you want to conquer, you then can conquer planets, and you need to have the amount, at least, shown on the bottom card of both starships and land infantry. So to conquer this planet, I would need 3 starship power and 7 land infantry. And then I would get the planet and I would put it in my area. And then, oh, there's some information on this one. Defending ground strength is -1 for each invading faction's token in the order knighted. Oh,
Yes.
nice!
Some of them have special. Most of
This
them
is
have
a
special
later
effects.
deck, so there's some special stuff on these planets. I'll ignore it for right now. You'll learn these as we go. But the planet would now be in my region of space. I control it. That's great because I get energies from planets that I control. So the white numbers, or the energy numbers on planets, are actually how much energy you'll get from that planet produced every round. So you want to get more planets so you can produce more energy so that you can put more infantry and whatnot into play so you can conquer more planets. So there you go. Planets also give you points. That's the red number on the planet for in-game, which is super important. So that is like the basis. That was me, Ichi. that's like the basis of this deck builder and like how you get cards and then how you put them out. Then there's some nice twists. So Galactic Orders added these Galactic Orders, which are these giant cardstock cards. And each one has a different symbol in the middle and like an ability. So whenever you play a card, so either put it into your tableau or if it's a tactic cards and you play the tactic card, because tactics cards you just play, some of them will have little symbols on them. So this one has a little symbol right there. And that symbol corresponds to a symbol on one of these Galactic Order cards. So if I were to have this world ship and I put it into play...
I love the world ship.
I would get to, when I put into play, I put one of my player tokens on the Galactic Order that matches the symbol. Then, when I would like, on one of my turns, I can discard a token that I have on a Galactic Order to do whatever the Galactic Order says. So it's a nice way to get like bonus actions. In addition, if I leave my tokens there, and at the end of the game, I have the most tokens on a Galactic Order, I will get points equal to the number of tokens total on that Galactic Order. So if Steve and Tony also pile on to this Galactic Order, but not as good as me, at the end of the game, I would get, right now, 5 points, which is pretty good. Second place gets half as many, and then third place gets... Nothing. Because they're...
Yeah, and then in a 2-player game, there's only first place.
Yeah. So... that is what this expansion adds, which is like kind of new and interesting. So yeah, it's a bunch of interesting mechanics that you don't really see in deck builders. So let's go for it.
One other change that the expansion made is anytime you invade a world, you can trash one of the cards used in the invasion and just place it under the world. So that's a much better way to call your deck. The original had a rule, but you could only use basic cards for that, and they just clean it up where it's just anything you used you can trash, which really helps make your deck work.
Yeah. Let's see. So, then there's event cards. We'll talk about that when we get there. The events trigger at the end anyway.
I think the only other card we didn't talk about in the last deck, there are red cards called prestige cards, which are just victory points. So you don't put them in your discard. You just put them straight in your war zone.
Yeah.
And you get some amount of points.
So the last deck comes out during rounds 9 and 10. And those have the core worlds in them. And because those are worth a lot of points and super awesome, all of the information about what those core worlds give us is actually on our player aids so that we can kind of plan and set up for what we want. So, for example, there's Ra, which just gives you 8 points straight up. Then there's Zeus, which will give you plus 2 points for each starfighter that you have in your deck. So you can kind of build your deck hoping to get a specific core world in the in-game. So, yeah. Cool. All right. Any questions?
Cool. Nothing. If we tie for those, they're friendly ties, but then second player doesn't get anything. So both tied players get the bonus. I think that's it.
Cool. All right. So, my starting world. I think all of our starting worlds have the same stuff. If we have more worlds than we have units, we draw 1 card, which we all will in the draw phase this first round. So. Also, during the energy phase, we can optionally discard 2 cards to get an additional energy.
And then we all have the same advancement, which I think this is the only type of advancement card in this expansion. Yep. During the energy phase, if you have 3 or more worlds, you can trash something into Capital City. So I think future expansions maybe added more advancements which attach to worlds, but this is the only one.
There is, yeah, and that's a good point. There is one more expansion.
Interesting. The expansion also added a 6th starting deck. So even though it's still 5 players, you don't have to play with all 5.
Aw, yeah. Eden says what she wouldn't give to play games with Tiffany, Steve, and Tori.
Aw, thank you, Eden.
Aren't you? You're down in Oregon City, aren't you? If you come up to a convention, let us know.
Eugene, I think.
Oh, Eugene. Yeah.
But
Dungeon Pets. Woof, that's tough to learn. Hey, Fiddleback.
I like Dungeon Pets.
Steve, Fiddleback wants to know. Brian wants to know, why is this your #1 space game?
Why is it my #1 space game? Ooh, I don't know if I would say #1 necessarily, but because it had been so long since I played it, it was basically a must-play in Spaceuary. Because I like deck builders, and we've played so many deck builders that were sort of had Dominion as their lineage, where like you draw your hand of cards, you have buy and maybe something else, you buy stuff, and you discard everything. And this is one of the deck builders that I enjoy and have played that just does something somewhat different. That's right.
Hey, Chad.
Cool. But also, I really love the art. The art on the cards is very reminiscent of kind of that like Chris Foss Homeworld styled art, and it's a very bright space game as opposed to a lot of some other space games which are less bright and less vibrant.
We have to draft. I forgot we have to draft. All right.
But yeah, there's some cards that are amazing. I know the World Ship. I really love the art on that. And then is the draft starting with Tiff?
Yeah, and then it's snakes. So I would pick 2 in a row, and then Tiffany would get first and last pick, basically.
And Tony, you were saying this draft always happens in the expansion?
They say that always do it in the expansion.
Yeah, and basically you take 1 Snub Fighter and 1 Galactic Grunt out of your deck, and then we will draft 2 of these. And then we all have the same starting deck except for 1 awesome card. So everybody has a unique one. I have Lord Banner.
I have a Prince.
And I have Simon the Fox.
Yep.
Because...
Prince Aaron? Is that what I have? Prince Aaron?
Prince Aaron, yep. So you may want to draft with synergy with your awesome person.
If you can, yeah.
If you can. One thing also to note is that when you pass on your turn or at the end of the round, you will lose all of your energy. So you can't keep any actions or energy from round to round.
But your units that you put out will stay out.
Your units will stay out, but you will lose all your actions and energy.
No.
Invest your energy.
Yep.
Wow. Some of these are interesting.
Cool, and then anything with dots is from the expansion. So the mining vessel is very cool. After you deploy it, you get 1 energy for each of your faction tokens in the mining coalition. So that won't be useful early game, but later game, that will give you a lot of energy.
Interesting.
So Merchant Alliance gives you card, Flying Ace gives you fleet strength.
Yeah.
I wonder if the retired Flying Ace is maybe Mark Hamill. Like, we can't really see the face. But... I mean, who wouldn't want a Mutant Berserker?
Yeah, I know, right? I was looking at that, like, the Mutant Berserker sounds pretty solid there, actually.
And there are cards. One of the other things I like about this game, I know other games do it too, but there are subtypes on a lot of these cards. So the Scout Bot is a robot, but there are cards which give you awesome stuff, like for every robot in your war zone.
Taking experimental prototype. Ichi is behind you.
All right.
Okay, so don't move the chair. No, you're fine.
What are you doing?
So clockwise is me. So Steve will pick 2 in a row. I am going to take...
It was snowing in Portland when I was grocery shopping this afternoon.
It was barely snowing when I drove over. Like, barely snowing.
So, technically, yes.
Is that a corgi emoji?
Yeah.
Chad, your corgi emojis
I am going to
appreciated.
take... You know what? Those Mutant Berserkers seem pretty fun.
If we go Twitch affiliate, we only get 1 emoji.
1 emoji.
Also, if we go Twitch affiliate, we're not allowed to simultaneously stream on YouTube. So, guess what? We're probably not going to do.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bummer we can't simul-stream. You know, the mining vessel seems great because energy is awesome.
All right, and what's your second one?
The retired Flying Ace is just so great.
Ichi, no.
I can spend a Senate token to add 3 fleet strength. Like, the Senate won't stand for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Although that requires a token. Let's see, are the grunts... Oh, the grunts are... No, I'm going to get jump troopers.
Dang it.
Jump troopers are great.
That's what I was hoping to get with my second pick.
Hi. Oh, that's you.
And Xena.
Oh, and Xena? Oh, there's Xena. I was like, I was pretty sure I felt Xena.
I think I am going to take...
The very tiny snowflakes we got on the steps, at first I was like, did she salt the steps? Because they were all
they were
salt
more like
grains.
hail, yeah.
Beast riding mutant berserkers.
Damn it.
That's what I'm up for.
Tony, is your faction metal? Because that is.
It's funny that
metal.
you say that because I was trying to come up with a theme for a Euro-ish game earlier today, and I was thinking of collecting resources, but you're basically creating metal bands. So you have like you grow like witch wood forests and make instruments out of them. You have what else was there? I had a good idea for one of the other ones. It was a plant, a type of flower. I'm trying to think of.
You
what
said
that
metal
was.
bands. I
Yes.
thought you said metal vans.
No.
Which, like, you're making the metal vans for the metal bands.
No, the whole thing is like all heavy metal bands. So you make instruments using witch wood, and then you grow death blossoms, which you can turn into corpse paint, so that you can be properly made up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to have some form of. I hadn't decided exactly what to call the physical metal that you would use to make the various spikes and studs and other things that but yeah, I was going in a very weird direction as a brainstorming effort.
She doesn't know where to lay to stare at me properly. I think that's the problem.
Should we just put a dog bed right there?
I think she would rather you put her D-I in an E-R right there.
Yep, she can spell.
I know she can spell.
All right. So.
Arctic Scavengers! Yeah, we haven't played that one. I've heard lots of good things about it. I heard it was one of those things where, like, Dominion came out and kind of just... Dominion came, like, a month after Arctic Scavenger and kind of just killed...
Completely overwhelmed it.
Yeah.
You didn't want Santa Maria. That was a fun one if you, like, placing tiles so everything matches up.
I like Santa Maria. A lot of people just really can't stand the theme, which is sort of, yeah...
That's where I'm at. The mechanisms are, like, really cool.
Yeah.
And the theme really bothers me.
The theme, I think just because everybody's cheery and happy, it's kind of like Farmville Conquistadors. I think that's sort of how it feels.
Like, I think that's part of it, yeah.
But gameplay-wise, it's great.
Alright, let's do the market.
So, we're going to go ahead and... So, we are now in the... So, first we draw our cards in the draw phase. Then we do the energy phase. Oh. So all of us get 3 energy to start with.
Yep.
Because that's what starting planets produce. Then it's the galactic phase.
And we could each choose to discard cards for energy, because that does happen in the energy phase.
Which is why you draw your hand first.
And then I could, for example, discard some cards to get energy.
A dog's stomach or yours? Is that a human stomach or a dog's stomach?
I'm not.
I think that might have been mine.
Okay.
Alright.
If it's a dog one, I'm going to feel really
Do you
bad.
want food, Tony?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay. I just need to get my drinks out. But first, let's go ahead and throw out the first 8 cards. So one of the things about this game that I think is most interesting is that we will put out 8 cards for 3 players no matter what. However,
I'm going to discard 2.
Any events that we have will cover up previous events.
Draw 1 extra card, right? Right?
Oh, yeah, I guess that applies to everybody. If worlds is greater than units, draw a card.
Alright, and now, once we have our 8, we look to make sure that we have at least 1 world and at least 1 non-world card for each player. So, we need 3 worlds, we have 4. We need 3 non-worlds, we have 4. We're good. If those aren't met, then we have to deal out more cards until we do hit that. So, there will always be a world and a non-world for each player, but there may be more cards than the actual 8 that they tell you to draw on the table. So we each draw 1 additional card?
Yep.
One thing to note also is basically anytime there's an ability, you can only use it once, even if like you could use it more than once. So like we couldn't, for example,
farm that.
Yeah, like we can't discard 4 cards to get 2 energy.
It's just 2 cards, 1 energy, done.
Yeah.
Alright, so what do we have out here?
I'm gonna go ahead.
It's a heck of a sword that Native Alliance person has. That's like a Final Fantasy VII
cloud
sword.
On his back, which is the best place to draw a sword from.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna spend 2 energy to put experimental prototype into play.
And that will cost you 1 action.
Yep.
And...
Discarded 2 cards.
No, slide your actions down.
Oh. Bonk.
All right.
I thought you were going to correct my energy spending.
I was correcting your actions.
Yep. Let's see. What do I want to do here with my amazing 3 energy? Let's do...
We have friends in town this week. And we have friends coming in town on the weekend. It's been nonstop friends. Like, literally, as one leaves, the other arrives. This is what happened to us on Sunday. So and it's what's happening to us on Friday. But, yeah, they were not expecting a winter wonderland.
And an energy to play.
I think that was Xena.
Is she someplace where she can stare at us with that deep growl she just gave us?
I'm gonna play Simon the Fox for 1 energy.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez Louise. Oh, another, Steve forgot to mention rule. Anything that's not drafted is gonna get an energy token. And then at the start of the galactic phase, anything with an energy token goes. So you have at most 1 round that something will stick around for. So if you don't get it now, you could get it next round. Tragedy among tragedies. I wish I had more energy. Funny, that.
Yeah, I think that's the case for all of us.
I'm fine.
I'm not.
I discarded a thing, so I'm good.
I am going to deploy units. So 1 action each.
I thought you can only deploy 1 unit at a time.
It's X units. You can. It's 1 action per unit. But you can deploy as many units as you want.
Okay.
Do you want to do more? You can retcon.
It's fine.
I mean, it matters in terms of invasion timing.
Yes.
So I would do it.
Yes. Because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Putting a Galactic Grunts into play.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, hi, Cone. Cone had right in my crotch. Hi. Hello. Is this how you beg for what you want? No.
Okay, so...
Oh, hi. Snow is fun. I like snow. I right now don't feel super great, so I'm not getting to enjoy the snow. But, yeah. Hi. You've gotten a lot more licky as a puppy.
Okay, I'm actually only going to deploy 1 unit and 2 energy. I'm going to deploy Lord...
Hey, you.
Banner.
Hey. Mm-hmm. Hey. According to the vet, Xena turned 2 this week. It was her birthday. The arbitrary birthday that we stopped for her.
I'm going to draft Enviro Troopers for 2 energy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now she's a proper teenager.
Right. Now it's Tiffany's turn.
Mm-hmm. I'm petting a dog.
Mm-hmm. Remember...
You took what I wanted!
Invasions are 1 energy and 1 action.
How did you deploy troops and buy a thing?
That's my discard.
Oh, you decided not to deploy
troops. I decided not to deploy troops.
He retconned.
Yes, he did.
I retconned like 4 turns worth of retconning. Yeah, always discard cards for energy in the first round. That is what I have learned.
So tactics,
that's what I should have done too.
Would tactics you...
Hey. You use them during an invasion.
Yeah, most of them are during an invasion.
They don't take an action, but they do cost energy.
And yeah, you do have to pay the cost.
During an invasion, you may add +1 fleet strength to 1 or more of your starfighters and/or +1 ground strength to 1 of your infantry units. Nina is licking my hands.
One thing to note on tactic cards is this was a little confusing, and they tried to route it for the expansion. When a tactic card has things like this that also are in the text, you don't get both.
What?
This is 1 fleet strength to a starfighter and 1 ground strength to your units. That's represented by these at the bottom.
Okay.
It's not. You get the text and the icons.
Mm-hmm.
Zena's like, you had peanut butter toast today. Alright. What's Sinbad got?
Yeah, this is...
I don't really know what I want to do.
Oh, Tony, you and I have energy tokens.
Yes, we do.
We can discard them
Why
for
did
2...
you get energy tokens?
Because we're going to go first less rounds in the game.
Oh.
Because there's 3 of us, it'll be, you know, you go first, you go first, you go first, and then you'll go first for the
I'm going to buy this Seeker, which is the Star Cruiser. And then I will have one more action. You're a corgi. They're both starving, apparently.
And we can just use our token on our turn. Yeah. Correct. But we only get the one.
That's what, and I think it's for the whole game.
Yep.
Yep. Once per game, plus 2 energy. Doesn't cost an action point or take up your turn.
All right. I'm going
to
use
Seven Wonders
mine.
expansion. We haven't played the Seven Wonders expansions. We have.
I'm going to use mine to get 2 energy. Why they made this separate, I'm not sure.
No, you can use... This is just for...
okay.
That's just for putting on cards.
So, gain 1, 2.
And when you get ones on cards, you just bump that.
Alright, so I'm going to use mine. All done. Now I'm going to go ahead and we'll spend 2 to deploy my Mutant Berserker for an action.
Whoa! Retcon the board game. You set the game up already finished, and with someone declared the winner, then play to simplify the game down to the starting position, and either defend as much of your score as you can if you're the winner, or reduce the winning player's score to 0 if you weren't the winner. It's kind of cool. I think that would be fun.
It's basically, put a time travel theme on that, and you're good to go. I'm gonna spend 2 actions. Use my energy surge token.
The setup would be insane on that.
Use my energy token to get 2 energy. Discard a snub fighter for an action and a galactic grunt for an action. So I've spent 2 energy. So I'm down to 1 energy and 1 action. Tiffany's turn.
Tiffany is going to attack Sinbad.
Cool.
So I'm using experimental prototype, so I just discard a card. Mother Trucker! It's the one that I couldn't have.
You have the 1 energy and the 1 action for...
So now I have a 1 and
invading.
a 1. Yeah, which means I can't get Sinbad, but I can get this one.
Yep.
So I will invade Unat Napshistim.
One thing to note is that you do not have to already have strength in your tableau to declare that you're doing an invasion, because you can have powers and stuff.
Get rid of my grunt.
But if you do declare it and it doesn't work, you do still have to use that action and energy.
And that is my turn. I should have 2 just. There we go.
Alright. I'm using my 1 energy and my 1 action to go ahead and invade, and I'm going to go ahead and use my 3 ground strength to invade
Ceres Prime.
Hey, Al! I'm going to feed the dogs.
I am going to use my last action and my last energy to do what I should have done all along, which is get the Pioneer Spirit. During an invasion, I can add 1 fleet strength to a starfighter and or 1 to one of my infantry units.
Alright, and then Tiffany is out of actions and out of energy, so she passes. I am not out of energy, but I am out of actions, so I have to pass. I shouldn't have used my energy token. Oh well.
And I believe because it was the draft, none of us have done anything. Nobody's deployed anything with the faction symbol yet. So.
No.
Okay, so then you pass?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, you burn all your energy too.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, would you have wanted to not use your
Probably
energy?
not,
Okay,
because I had that much left, yeah.
Retcon the board game.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that's
that round.
That's that round. So the end phase, I think all that happens is this goes... Oh, shoot! We didn't do the event that last round. Nope. The event is supposed to happen at the end of the Galactic phase. So each player may immediately draw a card or gain an energy. So that... I guess we'll just ignore that, since that would have probably drastically changed the round. But
when does the event happen?
It's at the end of the Galactic phase. That was something that makes... I thought it was at the end of the action phase.
It's at the end of the Galactic phase. Well, then this isn't the one that would have happened anyway.
No, because
this was the one that was...
The end of the galactic phase is after we've
we've dealt.
It's basically the last card.
So everybody could have drawn a card or gained an... Okay.
Yeah, so that would have changed that first round, but...
Alright, so now we're at the discard phase, so these go away.
Oh no, they stay out.
They stay out?
We're gonna... Next round's galactic phase, we're gonna put a token on them.
And we get to keep one card in our hand.
Yep. So I'm gonna keep one. That's the discard phase, and then almost positive the end phase is just start play rotates. Oh, and then this round marker will rotate. So one thing also is the rounds that we're populating the center with, those are changing every 2 rounds. I don't know if we explicitly mentioned that.
Okay. Alright, so I'm hanging onto this one in the discard phase. So the end phase is this comes over to me.
Yeah. I'm no longer gross.
And then we're still in 4 actions, so we're all gonna go up to 4 actions.
And we're gonna, first draw phase, so we're gonna draw back up to 6 cards.
Edge of Darkness. I don't remember.
2.
We don't back anything.
4.
What is Edge of Darkness?
5. I drew
6.
5. I do not have more worlds than units, but both of you do. So you will both draw an extra card, and I will not.
Alright, yep.
Oh, I have to discard down. I'm gonna keep this one and discard those. So I'll draw until I have 6, and then I get my 1 extra. Okay. Cool.
Alright.
And then I have to decide if I'm gonna discard to get more energy. Oof.
Yeah, so we did draw phase. We're now in the energy phase. Which...
I feel like...
Right now, energy surge...
I'm gonna discard these 2.
Doesn't work for any of us because each of us have planets that... Well, we could get 1 energy off of it. Off of an energy surge.
Right, because it's one player's worlds. But is that's the sum of their worlds, right?
Yeah.
So you could get 2.
I can get 2.
Could get
so
1.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to get 2 energy.
For energy surge during the energy phase.
Because at least one player is generating more energy than I am.
I'm going to go ahead and use it to get 1 energy. Plus the normal...
Yeah, I will use my energy surge. But, and
that gives me...
Still decide.
And actually, I'm just going to use
You're going to
2
use 2.
of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that
I'm
gives
gonna get rid
us
of these 2
5
cards
energy.
To get... so the energy surge would give me 1, and then I discard those 2 cards to get another. So I have 6 energy.
And I have 5 energy.
Oh, okay. Oh, Edge of Darkness is the AUG Mystic Veil game. That's right.
Woo. Wow.
Alright. So now Galactic Phase. So
Steve and I enjoyed Mystic Veil.
Anything that had a token would get discarded.
The game too samey really quick. And then also the disassembly was a pain in the ass.
And then...
and I was also staggeringly bad at it.
Now, do we draw up to 8 or do we draw 8 new ones?
Up to 8.
Up to 8. Okay. So...
Well, we got enough worlds.
We've got enough worlds.
But do we have enough non-worlds? We might not.
1.
Not yet.
Do not.
So put until we...
Yeah, we do.
That Hercules bomber, I love the art.
Didn't you buy a book of this dude's art?
I bought a book of a dude who did art that inspired a lot of art in this and other games.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I've
Bombers
been
are
sick for the last 2 days.
Oh,
so
and we didn't get an event, right?
Off.
We did not get an event.
So, end of the galactic phase, each player may immediately draw a card or gain 1 energy. I'm going to draw a card.
I'm also going to draw a card.
I will draw a card as well.
It didn't help me.
We're learning.
You're learning.
Alright. So it's starting with me.
There were a lot of snowmen in the neighborhood this morning.
Yeah.
When I was out walking the doggo.
I think people got a snow day yesterday. I don't think they got one today.
Yeah, my coworker is also thinking of going to the mountain this weekend, but he's thinking it's going to be crowded.
Yeah, probably.
But maybe less so, because maybe a lot of the people who had snow days, like maybe the parents were like, okay, kids, it's a snow day, get in the car, we're going to the mountain. So
Alright.
Maybe that was
so
today.
I'm going to go ahead and actually draft a card. So for 1 energy and 1 action, I'm going to get the Hercules bomber. Which puts one of my tokens on the science. No, when I play it. I put a token on the science, not when I acquire it.
Correct.
So that's me.
Hey, Nutters!
One thing also to note, I'm almost positive those tokens don't decrease the cost.
But you like
but you
more.
do get one.
You do get one energy when you get them. Yeah.
It really depends, Chad. It really depends
right,
on the card and the art if I like the white or black borders more. I think with this one I like the white borders because it feels like it makes the art pop.
Mm-hmm.
Like the art's already so dark. But Dominion has black borders and I'm fine with that. I think it just depends.
I prefer no borders, but I understand why people like borders.
I like a sliver of a border.
You know who doesn't like borders?
Well, it allows for misprint and miscut errors.
No, I understand. It also allows for some people who look at the deck from the side to not know what the cards they're going to draw are. But I sleeve a lot of my decks where that matters. So both are good. I do like the white borders in this game. Like you said, it makes the art pop more, I think. If it was black, it would be unrelenting black.
Unrelenting black. That's the new shade coming out from Dragon Shield. Oh my god.
It's made out of the blackest material ever, the one that absorbs all light.
I am going to use one action and 2 energy to deploy jump troopers.
Mm-hmm. I have cards.
And then I am going to
white border chipping, that makes sense. But they now have black core cards.
Mm-hmm.
So, oof.
I will
Eden,
spend
Angela
2
is in
energy
Australia.
and 1 action to deploy Lord Banner.
Just put that one out there. Angela Nerfenstein lives in Australia, so her shipping is a little bit more. A little bit.
Right. It's crazy.
Tiffany turn.
This is really weird, Angela. But when you come to the States, if there's anything you want, like, to order, you can order it to our house and then pick it up, if that makes sense. I don't know, because I don't know if you'll have an address long enough for Amazon or something like that, but it's an option. Okay. I had a plan. Not all here today. My hand is awful for the worlds that are out.
Yeah.
Just awful. I could get a world, but I don't know if I want it.
Well, if you have 3 or more worlds, you may place a card from your hand beneath your capital city to cull cards, so...
I know, but that's not what I need right now.
Getting a 3rd world isn't bad.
It's not what I need right now, Tony.
It's the 3rd world, that 3rd rock.
I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah. I'll go ahead and take the Sentinel Starfighter on the end there for 1 energy.
Mm-hmm.
Into my discard.
Not 2 energy? Oh, 1 energy. Derp.
1 energy, yes. Yep.
Jeez, guys. Don't even know how to play.
I'm gonna go ahead and...
Oh, I overpaid for that.
Yeah.
Sad to be me.
Oh well. I am going to...
Brian says we'll even playtest the games that you order to our house for you, which is entirely true. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and use 2 actions and 2 energy.
Core Worlds is it's not really a tableau builder, it's a deck builder.
To deploy 2 snub fighters.
You deploy infantry and starships to a tableau, and then you use those to conquer worlds. So there's 2 currencies in the game. There's 3 really.
Mm-hmm.
But there's energy, which you use to purchase and deploy cards from your hand. So you have to buy it with energy to put it in your discard. And then you have to spend the same energy, or then you have to spend energy to play it from your hand to your tableau, your war zone. And then once you accrue units in your war zone, you use the currency of fighting that they give you, like Steve is about to demonstrate.
So
to
I'm
attack
going
planets.
to invade Sinbad.
Damn it.
using jump troopers alongside my galactic grunts. The jump troopers get all the credit, and they're all flashy, and the grunts just, grumble a lot. So that's 2 grunts. Nope. The jump troopers and the snub fighter. Two star power. I'm just gonna call it star power because Guitar Hero. 2 star power and 1 grunt power. To invade Sinbad. Mm-hmm. So that will it's 2 and 1. These will be discarded, but I am gonna put the snub fighter. I am going to garrison Sinbad. Mm-hmm. Get an energy from it because it had a token on it. And then the jump troopers are gonna go to my discard.
How is this game for 2 players? Well, so you must have the Galactic Orders expansion
Tiffany.
To make the game playable, especially at 2
Well,
players.
especially for 2 player, because fighting over these cards and then using their abilities during the game really makes competing for this more interesting. Otherwise, you can almost predict what other people can do a little bit more easily.
Can you... Yeah. I don't know if you finished, but...
Fix the crying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people say they like watching our streams, but I just don't know how much puppy crying.
I'm going to deploy my Prince Aaron for 2. And my retired flying ace also for 2.
Oh, wow. And a prince.
A prince and a retired.
Are they siblings or are they a couple?
So wait,
because it's got to be one of those 2 things.
Well, no, I think it's family.
Family?
I think the retired flying ace is like the prince's uncle.
Okay.
And
because
like, the prince doesn't want to become the king. He wants to go after his uncle and be a military hero. Which is why he's picking up fighting, much to the distaste of his father, the king.
Well, that makes perfect sense.
And the retired flying ace, you have to discard a token from, or you can.
The Galactic Senate, yeah.
So it's basically
because the Senate's like, if Prince Aaron dies in combat, like this uncle's got to become king. Like we can't lose both of them.
I'm pretty sure he's a senator, right? Like you're basically
he's like the John Glenn or the the war hero who's retired into the politics and is coming out to.
I spent all of my actions to put those people into play.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and use 1 action and 1 energy to invade Tundros. And I'm going to stick one of my snub fighters under Tundros because why would you not garrison a planet like Tundros? The other snub fighter will go to my discard pile.
Well, that is a tragedy.
Every game you play with us has an intricate plot. Like when Steve and I play the games together, we come up with a lot of reasons why things exist in the art. Our Pandemic Legacy game, by the way, like we're willing to sell the rights to HBO. Like it's pretty good.
1 action and 1 energy to take the Native Alliance draft of 1. And then that'll give me 1 energy back, although I can't use it because I'm out of actions. Tiffany's turn.
Tiffany is out of actions.
All right.
So all your energy goes down to 0. I am also out of actions.
I was
so all my energy goes down to 0.
I had no energy or actions.
And then all of my energy also goes down to 0.
All right. So that's the end of the galactic phase, or end of the action phase, rather. So the discard phase. We now get rid of things.
I'm discarding a snub fighter. Just like their names. Hi, now you're back to your begging spot.
So I'm going to hang on to one of these guys and get rid of the rest of those. Then the end phase, this moves, and it is now Steve's.
Yep. And then this goes, we are now in round 3, so everybody reset to 5 actions.
5 actions now. And
I think that's basically it. I have that now.
And so draw phase, everybody draws up.
3, and then standard deck builder, when you have to draw a card from your deck is when you will shuffle your discard if there are none in it.
It's not a large deck.
Yeah, that's why I pile shuffle. It's always like a sense of accomplishment or dread in a deck builder when I get to
when your deck is big enough to riffle.
Yeah. Into Minion, I'm like, I can riff now. Oh, I can riff now.
My worlds aren't more than my units; they're equal.
Mine are less.
Mine are more.
Or my units are more.
Mine are way more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Energy phase.
What's the event?
I will generate 4. Well, we got to do energy first. So.
Energy. I do 5.
I got
and then
4.
If worlds are greater than units, draw a card. So I should have drawn a 7th card.
Mm-hmm.
6.
Oh, because you didn't
7.
keep one? Yeah.
Alright. And then in the energy phase, does anybody want to discard cards for energy?
I am... I'm going to discard 2 tactics to add 1 energy.
I will discard...
I feel like I really should. I'll discard these 2. Actually, no, this tactic should be fine. I'll do this tactic.
I'm going to discard 2 snub fighters for an energy. And then during your energy phase, if you have 3 or more worlds in your empire...
The one tar! Are you
Tony
going to
does.
Gen Con or BGG Con this year? I think I'm going to all the cons, and I mean that with a sense of dread. I know I'm going to Gen Con.
I'm going to put a Galactic
And
Grunt
I will
under my
probably be
capital
going
city.
to BGG Con. We've tried to go to BGG 2 years in a row now, and we failed.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Chad played A Handful of Stars today, which is a port of the same series of Few Acres of Snow from Martin Wallace.
I love that game series.
So yeah, Oh, are we done with the energy phase? Sorry,
Yes, I believe so.
Alright.
So, Galactic phase.
Argo's 1 goes away forever.
And now, because we are in this phase, we are going from this deck.
Come out.
And so...
all the cards show the basically deck they come from, so you can sort them.
the Trinidad.
I don't think we're doing Kubicon. I meant the big cons. I don't think we're doing Kubicon.
Flame Troopers. I love Flame Troopers. I
Oh,
love them so
we
much.
finally cover up that event. Man, all the planets.
Oh, wow.
All the planets.
Okay.
Oh, another event.
There we go.
There we go. So, we have a starfighter, an infantry, and a capital ship out.
Oof.
And then
A whole bunch of worlds.
a whole bunch of worlds.
Here's that fleet strength for worlds that everybody wanted. But I'm going to get that Hephaestion runner. So 1 action.
Former faction
And
towards the mining coalition.
2
Every
energy.
single player may spend 1 energy to retain it. Oh, that's pretty cool.
I am all about that mining coalition. Tiffany, your turn. But yeah, I heard good things about
I'm gonna
Handful
get
of
the-
Stars.
And Flame Troopers.
I'd never
Flame
really
Troopers.
read Space Biff before, but I read the Space Biff review of Handful of Stars. And it was really interesting and convinced me not to get it because we already have a Few Acres of Snow.
Wow.
But it was a really well-written review.
We could play a Few Acres of Snow and then swap it. I don't know. We haven't played a Few Acres of Snow in a long time. Wow.
Wow.
When is Kubicon?
Is that so? Usually Memorial Day weekend.
So I'm going to go ahead and spend...
That's September, right?
Memorial Day is May. So it's usually May 25th-ish.
I'm going to go ahead and spend 3
I don't think we're doing
actions to first for 2 energy deploy Hercules Bomber.
Did we?
Oh,
we didn't do that.
Each player may immediately spend 1 action point to draw 3 cards.
I'd be down.
Before we did anything else.
Yeah, before we did anything. I would.
Yeah. Does that mean
Oof.
we already passed the energy
No,
phase?
I'm not doing that. Yeah. Yes, that's after the energy phase. So if you draw energy surges, no good.
I am not going to do it because I need all my action points.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing BGG Spring. I think
So
it might. I don't know.
I'm spending 2 energy
Americans call it fall
to deploy
because they're
Hercules Bomber, which will put one of these on the science area.
Nice.
What does that do? During player turn, may subtract 3 from the draft cost of card.
Wow.
Science. Then I'm gonna go ahead. So I spent that, and then the other ones, I'm gonna spend 1 energy to play the Beast Rider because I have no other infantry in my war zone.
Yeah, I'll have done that. 1, 2,
And then
3.
I'm going to spend 1 to drop the which one do I want to drop?
I do not have enough energy.
the snub fighter, and that's my turn. So I use 3 actions to drop 3 peoples.
Yeah, I know. I know it's easy.
I think. Oh, wow. Wow, Xena. Wow.
Like, why am I so broke? Because I bought Flame Troopers and I had 4 energy.
Because that was the first thing you did, yep.
It's those Flame Troopers.
But I discarded 2 cards to get an energy.
Okay, I'm gonna invade Tiberius.
Damn it.
Yeah.
So shouldn't I...
Oh well, turnabout for last round.
I should have 1 more energy.
Which I can't do now, but I can use this Pioneer Spirit. So this is 1 action and 1 energy for the invasion. And then 1 energy for Pioneer Spirit. So I can add 1 fleet strength to, I guess, both of these. So I'm at 3. Oh, actually, I don't need to use my Galactic Grunts. Oh, but if I do...
You can cull it.
I can cull it. So let's do that. So I have 1 star power and then 3 ground power. So that will let me get Tiberius. I will get an energy. That gets discarded. And and then because I finally used something that has a token, I can all Mystic Brotherhood it up.
Mystic Brotherhood it up, I guess. Okay.
All the Mystic Bros.
And I spent an action to do that, so I should be there on actions. I'm just doing everything wrong. I am going to deploy...
You and me both.
Xena is having words. I'm gonna go ahead and deploy these 3 units. So a snub fighter, a metabot, and a galactic grunt. I'm just gonna do that.
There, I'm gonna give you a little more room.
Oh, so it's me. Okay. I'm just gonna deploy those 3.
My borders are gonna recede a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, wait, I don't want to do that. That's too much.
The only area control in this game is the size of your tableaus.
That's the actual, the amount of area on the table that you take up.
You may need to negotiate with your table mates to...
Well, we also are staying in frame of the camera.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not going to deploy the metabot, because that would be too many actions.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and invade.
Wow, excuse me. Sorry.
And we're going to go ahead and invade Onyx 4?
6.
Or 6, 6. Because the V is first. Onyx 6. Is that the one I want? Or do I want to instead take Horus?
Mag Blast. I don't know.
The only advantage Horus is that it gives me a point at the end of the game.
I don't know what Mag Blast is, Aiden.
No, I'm going to go ahead and do Onyx. So I'm going to go ahead and spend the 1 energy during invasion to give my Hercules bomber 2 ground strength. So it and the snub fighter will take this one.
Nice.
And I will go ahead and get rid of the snub fighter. So the Hercules bomber will be discarded.
I think I'm going to expand my world sideways.
And that's that.
I'm going to do... I can totally... I have room. I have room for this. We'll do this. And then my worlds can go this way. Oh! I don't know. Can you all hear Xena? She's getting really creative. And how she uses her vocal
I'm going to
cords.
spend 2 actions and use 2 energy to just deploy these 2 lovely snub fighters. And then that's a me.
Xena, no. I'm just telling the dog no. Oh, I should.
Oh, the Expanse has been learned. I've been wanting to play a test game of it, but have not gotten around to it. But it seems very much.
Date night.
It seems very much like.
I bought ahi tuna steak. for a date night. So we could maybe play The Expanse and have tuna steak.
And make mistakes.
And make a lot of mistakes in The Expanse. I am going to be attacking this world, Saudi 3. So I'm going to do Prince Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
During an invasion, I get to add... I get to add +2 fleet strength to one of my starfighters, star cruisers, capper ships. So I have a starfighter, so this starfighter is now a 3.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 1, so it's 4, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need to use my 2 grunts
Mm-hmm.
to do it as well. And then I use a grunt under.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Garrison that world.
Yep.
And then these. Goodbye, Prince Aaron.
This game is very much we really feel like the baddies. Like, I mean, maybe we're liberating these worlds from, the crumbling galactic empire.
Invading?
Yeah.
I'm on 0 action, 0 energy.
Just the word invading. Okay.
Yeah, I'm also. I mean.
So I'm going to use my last action, and my Science Guild token to reduce the cost of the Trinidad to 0 and take it for nothing.
Wow.
Well, not nothing. I used a token, but.
Tina, no. I'm not giving you what you want.
And so you pass.
I pass, yeah.
You
I'm
pass,
done.
and now I pass because
Yeah.
I only had that one action left.
And I get to go first again.
So discard phase, discard everything but one.
I really want to put this one card in
I'm
play.
gonna hang on to this, so I'm gonna draw.
Yeah, I really don't know if Tony's mutant troopers are like agents of liberation, but maybe they are. Maybe I'm just being prejudiced against the mutants. But end phase that rotated. These go away.
Well, my Beast Riders surely are all about liberation, right?
Everybody does 5 actions this round, and then we all draw back up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I have more worlds than units, so I will draw 1 extra.
I also have more worlds than you.
Also.
And then
See you, Nutters.
my energy is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I can't use the capital world again, right?
It's once per.
Yes, every ability is basically once per.
So I can't use it every energy phase, just one.
No, it's every
No. I just mean
Okay.
it can only apply like.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah, sorry.
I used it last energy phase. I can use it again this energy phase if I wish.
Oh, and did we?
Yay! I can use it too.
So I am going to get rid of.
But first, I have to draw a card.
I'm going to put another Galactic Grunts in my capital city.
I'm going to do an energy surge for 2.
No.
I did not. Oh, I did draw an energy surge. I'm going to energy surge, but
Purge that.
I'm pretty sure that I make more energy than everybody.
You
I'm
do.
I'm
I'm
gonna.
energy surging and I get +2.
So I get 1 energy.
I already get a big of 6.
I have 3 or more worlds, so I'm putting a snub fighter
Mm-hmm.
under my capital city.
You're a snub fighter. I should have one more card than that. Oh no, I played that.
All right. So that was energy phase. Now galactic phase.
Okay, so these go away because they have a token, and then those 2 get a token.
Mm-hmm.
Ian,
And now we're gonna.
have you watched
back
our
up to
stream
8.
of how we play of Santa Maria yet? I don't know. I like the game. If you think you'll enjoy it, and you have.
Oh wow.
I thought it said petrol cruiser, and I got excited.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yep.
And we've got our satisfactory 3 non and 3 planets. So
I love non.
Can you play more than one energy phase?
Energy surge? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
yes.
Apparently, I have 2 of those in my deck.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Everybody
start with
does.
2, I think.
Sweet. I have no cards.
Okay, so now the event triggers because it's the end of the galactic
Yeah.
phase. Each player may immediately spend an action point to get 3 cards.
So you could spend an action point to get 3 cards.
I'm gonna spend an action point.
I should have more actions.
You should have 5.
There
Yep.
we go. So we'll spend 1.
And then-
Am I gonna do that? I would draw the rest of my deck. I think I am. So 1 action to draw the rest of my deck.
Cena, no.
3 cards. Cool. That works
Let's
for
see,
me.
I had 5 because I had 7, and then that's 1, 2.
I have a lot of energy. I got 10 energy coming into this round.
That
Thanks,
is a lot
Tony.
of energy.
Yes. Anytime I can give other people a hand by just having lots of planets under my domination, you just let me know. And unfortunately, I drew an energy surge on that. which I can't play now.
Shoot, I have to remember this. I can spend an energy to draw a card way back in the energy phase. So I need to.
So that's the end of the galactic phase. So it's now the action phase, starting with Tiffany.
Starting with me.
See you, Netters.
I'm gonna buy Promethean Cyborg.
I just want to point out that I don't think the Promethean Cyborg has everybody's best interests at heart. I saw Prometheus. I mean, technically he was an android, David, but...
Android. Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's really actually interesting. Santa Maria and
Alright, so what's the
brain. Raja of the Ganges.
So it's me.
Have very similar mechanics happening.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend an action.
But like applied
and
differently.
2 energy to acquire the patrol cruiser.
So Raja, you get dice and you acquire dice and then you have them in your area and then you pick what you want from there. Whereas Santa Maria, you have your dice and then you are drafting dice in a more concrete drafting mechanic. But the dice that you are drafting activate rows and columns on your player board that you're building with your tiles. Whereas in Rajas of the Grandees, the tiles that you're building will give you like bonuses and resources that you can use throughout the game to do stuff. So it's interesting how very like they're both like dice action selection games with tile placement. Xena is like losing her shiznit under here. But yeah. Did we work out the March theme for the streams?
Role-playing!
Getting a new project bag. Tiffany, will you make me a corgi one, please? I don't have any corgi
I'm
fabric.
drafting one action.
And
2 energy to draft scout mission.
we're not...
So we each took a card with our first action.
Yeah.
Great.
Which is, as an action, I can draw a card for each of my faction tokens in the order of knighthood.
You know, all of those that you have.
Yeah. But it'll include the one that I got for playing that.
Flame Troopers!
Well, I needed more science because my mutants trigger off of science and my Hercules bomber is science and...
So do you just have like starships full of mutants?
Yes! I'm basically the Reavers. Just starships held together with science and mutants.
Great. And you're my neighbors.
That's the entirety of my...
Great. That's awesome.
We're technically everyone's neighbors.
I had to spend a card for that.
We also have beasts. That's why we need the starships. Because there's only so many beasts that fit in a single starship.
Tony's faction is the most metal that you can possibly get.
Alright.
Trying.
I'm gonna put the experimental prototype for 2 energy in action, and then I'm also gonna do Metabot because I've been trying to put this stupid Metabot into play forever. And then I don't think I want to put anything else into play because that would be the last of my actions, but maybe I do it anyway.
You good?
I will do Flame Troopers.
Putting the Flame Troopers in.
For 3
Stocking up for next round.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah. And then that's out of action, so my energy disappears. Right. And I'm gonna eat some cashews.
So I'm spending 2 total actions and 2 energy to put out a Medbot and some Galactic Grunts. Because I like to make sure that I have some stuff on the field.
Do the Medbots heal your Galactic Grunts, or do they accidentally turn them into, like, mutants?
Oh, they're there for the Beast Riders. Oh. They take care of the animals. It's really a veterinarian bot. We care not about human capital in my Galactic Empire.
Alright, my Enviro Troop... I care about the environment, so I'm deploying my Enviro Troopers. I may deploy them for -1 energy if at least one player controls more worlds, and Tony does. Because Tony has been on a mutant rampage. So that's 1 action and 1 energy for Enviro Troopers.
So,
and then
Eden
I will go on the Lightning Coalition.
Angela says she has Tiff's brain for game rule recollection. And Eden said me too. I just want you guys to know that my rules ability recall came at the sacrifice of me basically forgetting most of my degree.
There's a fixed amount of space.
Yeah, there's a fixed amount of space. I'm the kind of person that, like, I can learn something very quickly and become, like, an expert in it rather rapidly. But then I am absolute shite at everything else. And so when I was a programmer and a software engineer, I was really good at what I was doing and was an expert in the language that is now dead.
So like your like you can recall stuff from cache pretty well, but like once it goes to long-term memory,
long-term is shite.
But like your cache is amazing. Like if it goes in, it's perfect.
I'm just similar.
That's my mining vessel.
I kill tests, and then I gain. You ask me 2 weeks later, and I may not even be able to pass it.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I could I would
Tiffany
do.
Turn.
I'm done, Posh.
Alright, I'm going to use 1 action and 1 energy to invade. I'm going to invade Garyon with my...
Whoa.
Let's see. My Beast Rider and my Galactic Grunts. And then, do I have to declare the Medbot in the invasion?
No, it's after. Okay, it's not part of the
So it doesn't have to be part of the invasion. So I'm going to declare those guys, and then I'm going to spend 1 energy on tight formation. Add +2 ground strength if you have at least 2 infantry units participating, which I do. So that gives me the 5 ground strength required to get Garyon. Which I'm going to garrison with grunts, because I just want to leave grunts everywhere. And I'm going to use the Medbot to retain the Beast Rider and instead discard the Medbot.
Very nice. Are the grunts okay with having a tight formation with the Beast Riders? Because I don't see the grunts anymore.
That's why we left them there. The pieces of them, at least. There are no beasts on this Beast Rider. Like, there's the back of one. We don't know exactly what it looks like.
Hi.
I'm gonna invade Horus, which is we're gonna use. Oh wait. Oh yes, I can, because I have Pioneer Spirit. So Pioneer Spirit, I'm gonna place a token
Apple
on
Basic. I programmed an Apple Basic once upon a time.
And then that costs an energy.
You're not a real programmer unless you know like 3 or 4 dead languages. It's like a prerequisite for being a senior programmer.
Have you seen PCU? It's this silly college comedy from the 90s. But one of the guys shows up. They're selling papers to people for finals. And somebody shows up and they're like, "What's your major?" And he goes, "Sanskrit." And they said, "You majored in a 5,000-year-old dead language?" And the guy's like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Latin, it's the best we got. Get out of here."
That's 1 energy, not that it matters. The Snub Fighter is going to garrison Horus.
I'm just imagining, like, knowing all the old computer languages would be something like that.
My mom was taught programming on cards.
Discarded.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And my grandfather, because he holds on to everything, he's got a bunch of... My grandfather's attic is basically the computer...
Tiffany's turn. You're
computer
out.
History Museum.
Tony, to you, are you out?
I am out.
And then to me, I am out.
So that's that. Mattress Man.
Oh, Xena's trying to get her toy, but she can't reach the cone.
So that's the end of the action phase. So discard phase now.
I mean, I'm going to keep this card, of course.
I've got to keep my Berserkers, obviously. And then...
So we discard now.
End phase.
We go up to 5 actions, and we go on to Sector 3, Round 5.
Okay, and then next is draw phase, so we'll draw first, so I need to shuffle my deck.
1, 2, 3...
I may be producing some energy this turn.
6, and then my world is more than units, so I get 1 more card.
So I have 1.
I have nothing in the Merchant
2,
Alliance.
3, 4, 5, 6, and then I get 7 because I have more worlds than units. And now, let me see here.
1, 2, 3, 4,
So I have
5.
1 of those.
Okay. I mistakenly drew that card.
Oh my goodness, this is craziness.
Okay. Energy phase.
So energy phase.
Oh wait, draw phase. I definitely have more units than worlds. Energy phase.
I do have 3 more worlds.
I have 9 energy. And I'm going to play Energy Surge to make it 10.
I get 6 energy, and then I can trash a card.
And I can trash a card. I forgot about that. That's probably a good idea.
I'm gonna trash that card.
Yeah. Let's trash. And it's any card. It doesn't have to be a unit, huh?
4, 5, 6, 7. 7 energy.
What do I want to do?
No one knows but you.
Well, then nobody knows because I don't think I know.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to spend 1 energy to draw 1 card because I have Tiberius.
I'm going to kill the Galactic Grunts. We'll put more grunts on my homeworld. But they've got to keep breeding to produce berserkers. That's the
energy phase. I'm going to do 2 energy surges. Tony, do you generate more energy than I do? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I generate 7. So these give me plus, I get 1, 2, 3,
4 more energy. Yep. And that's the energy phase. Anybody else have anything else in the energy phase?
I do not.
All right. So now we are going to do Galactic phase.
2, 3.
And then we already meet the planet requirement, so at least there's that. So there's 3. Here's 4.
Robo Rally. It's such a good game. I tried to play that. So Steve and I are both software engineers, and my brother is a
6
software engineer. He's an
7
IT guy. And we tried to play Robo Rally, and my brother got so mad because he couldn't get that game.
8.
Whoa. Listen, all y'all. It's sabotage.
Yep. Every player immediately loses 1 energy at the end of the Galactic phase because it's sabotage.
That sucks hard.
You know, someone did a recut. I know this is one of the things that's been around the internet. People have probably seen it, but someone recut the solo Star Wars story trailer to Sabotage by the Beastie Boys, and they did a pretty good job of it.
Yes, I saw that. That was really good. Oh my goodness.
Whoa, you lose a victory point for Cerberus.
Mm-hmm. Wow. But it's 4 energy a turn. That's pretty crazy. Alright, so I know what I want.
What you really, really want.
Do. Yes. So we're gonna go ahead.
What you want. What you really want.
We're gonna use 1 action and 3 energy to draft the Stealth Hawk.
Yep.
I really want a thing, but like my whole turn was gonna be to do this thing, so I can't spend my whole turn doing this other thing.
I'm gonna spend an action and 3 energy to draft the Heavy Repeating Assault Unit. Which actually, doesn't this kind of look like BMO? I mean, with the missile launcher, but it kind of looks like BMO from Big Robot 6. Just like kind of like lovable, maybe with the shoulder-mounted rocket launcher. Anyway,
Baymax plus rocket launcher.
Oh yeah, Baymax. Sorry.
Baymax plus rocket launcher equals Heavy Repeating Assault Unit.
Yeah. Are you satisfied with your care?
I'm gonna play the Sentinel.
You would best be satisfied with your care.
Which lets me do that. And then that was my turn. Tomorrow.
Alright, I'm gonna do...
Oh, and when I deploy it, I mean immediately draw a card. Great. It's a card I don't want, but great.
The glare is something fierce.
Yeah, it's actually, the glare is great if you're up there in the camera.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, it's fine for me. I don't have any glare.
Must be nice.
Eden is a worker placement point salad player. I am not a point salad player.
You're a worker placement engine builder, I think.
I'm a worker placement engine builder, but sometimes my brain doesn't work, and so engines don't work for my brain. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how I can do this. So I have that already, so I just need to get that requirement on one of these things, which is not like the others. One of them just doesn't belong. 6 is not enough. Alright, so we're going to do this. So we're going to use 3 actions. We're going to see if I have enough to do this with 3 actions. So we're going to do Am I doing 3 full actions or just 2? Well, let's spend first action, play a Mutant Berserker. Next action, play a Hercules Bomber.
I forgot. I keep forgetting that I can deploy multiple dudes at once.
Yeah.
And I'm only gonna use 2 actions because the
he said I can cheat.
The other stuff I need to do isn't a.
It'll cost you 3.
It cost me 1. Seeker costs -1 energy for each additional unit in your war zone with a Mystic Brotherhood.
All right, so that's.
Come at you.
So I'm just spending the 2 actions.
Talk to the Mystic Brotherhood.
That's exactly it.
Oh, and I put a science into play, so I put a science out.
Yeah, I think I want to do just that.
Tricky. Oof.
Yeah, sure, I'll play this too. I'm retconning my deployments. Don't worry about it.
Crap it. I don't have enough energy to do what I was going to do. Oh well. So I guess I'll have to change my course of action. What can I do instead?
You still have your energy token.
That's true. And that will give me 2 energy. Okay, I can do this then.
Speaking of which, I might have to do something similar.
You can do it.
You just took your turn, right?
The last thing I did was deploy 3 units. Have I done anything since then?
I don't
think so.
No.
So, have you done anything since then?
No, he has not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was retconning a previous turn.
Okay. So yeah,
I forget that you can deploy multiple things on a turn.
Right.
I think it was my turn because you deployed units and then I was
okay.
looking.
Yes.
So I'm going to deploy 3 units for 6 energy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
At this point, who do we think is winning? I mean, points on the board, I think.
So I'm going to get
I don't actually have a lot of points.
Coalition.
Well, I have 2.
I have 1.
Yeah, Steve has 1 point as well.
And then those don't have
the
any
majority of
things.
mine, and I have the fewest tokens out there.
Oh,
yeah,
and then that
Steve
was
has
1,
the
2,
most.
3 actions. Tiffany's turn.
Oh, this one should have also.
So, I produce more energy than anybody else, but that's all I've
Did
got
you get
going
your token
for me, really.
that one? Oh,
That's
you
what I
did.
just did.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at
Okay,
the
I'm
con.
going to get this guy. So these 2 are going to attack, plus this starfighter, plus the experimental prototype. Actually, let's do experimental prototype first. See what I get.
I've never been sadder in my whole life.
I find that
It's a
hard to believe.
snapfighter. I'll just do this either way, and then flamethrowers because 6. I could discard 2 cards from my hand. Flamethrowers will get +1 ground strength for each,
So
but I don't need it.
Okay, so that one is +2.
Yeah, I have enough, but I want to use this snapfighter because I want to get it out of my hand. I could really annihilate this planet, but I won't. And I'm using... Oh, so this would be...
So generous of you.
Yeah, I'm just 1 over. So, and then I have a Metabot. So my Metabot's going to get discarded along this so that one of them stays in play, and I think I'm going to leave the Flame Troopers in. So these all go away. And this one's going to go under it. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, that was my turn. That was my action.
Alright. So, 1 action, 1 energy. I'm going to pop this now for 2 energy.
Oh, wait. Could I have done that?
So I am going to invade.
I could
and
actually...
I am...
Sorry. Spend 1 more energy to play that, which gives me +2 if I have 2 starfighters, and I had this starfighter, and then I had this starfighter, which means I would get +2, which means this one could stay in play.
Right.
And which means you spent the energy for that, yeah.
Spend that, yes.
So I'm going after Cerberus.
Yep.
And I have 2 right here. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to get 2 more. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to play tight formation, giving me 2 more because I have 2 people in my 2 infantry units. So that gives me 8 technically, but 7 is all I needed. So tight formation is discarded. I am going to discard the patrol cruiser to leave the mutant berserkers in play, but everything else is going away. I am not gonna put any of them underneath Cerberus. So now I have no points on the board, but I'm generating a metric ton of energy.
Yeah.
And that's the end of my turn.
I am also going to do an invasion. And I think I'm going to go after Cicero. You generate a lot of energy, though. Oh, you generate the same amount. So I will go after Cicero. So we're going to use the Hephaeston Runner, the Mining Vessel, and the Snub Fighter. So that's 5. That's 5. I have no energy, actually, so I need to discard my Mining Coalition token to gain 2 energy. Then I discard 1, discard 1. So then that's 5. I get that. The Snub Fighter is going to go under it. I'm going to get 1 energy from that. And then the invasion. So after invasion, if I have more faction tokens in Mining Coalition than every other single player, I can spend 1 energy to retain this ship on my war zone.
Wow.
And then these 2 go... Oh wait, no, I didn't use Jump Troopers. I used that, and that, because that was 5. So Jump Troopers are still around.
I'm going to pass. I pass.
I have 1 more action, but I have no energy now. Or no, I have 1 energy. I have 1 energy. Do I want to do that?
Because more of your worlds were slanting.
I'm going to. I'm going to spend 0... Or I'm going to spend 1 action and take myself down to 0 energy and spend my 1 Science Guild token, again, to grab the Republican Cruiser. Which kind of makes me nauseous just saying that.
What did you do? You spent 4 energy to do...
I spent 1 Science token for 3 energy and 1 energy to acquire the Republican Cruiser.
Oh, right. That's acquire. That doesn't do a thing. Okay, and then I pass. I just have my 1 energy, so I'm out.
Alright, I'm out.
I'm out.
Okay.
So...
discard!
Discard phase.
I already discarded.
Do I want to hang on to this or not? Probably not. Although I don't know...
I'm gonna just
Are there any good cards in my deck anymore? I'm going to get rid of it so I can draw faster.
You know it's easy.
So end phase, this moves to Steve.
We go up to 5 actions, and that advances.
This moves. Alright. Then...
Her life is so
draw phase.
hard. You don't even know.
6. I draw 6 exactly. And then I draw a 7th one because I have more worlds than I do.
Which is that is a really great power. The cards were pretty tight when you had a lot of worlds in the original, so I'm glad that's a default for everybody. Okay, we are moving up in the world. So I've got 1. I'm going to draw
we're
1,
past the halfway
2,
point.
3,
So
4,
I draw 1.
Okay.
5.
And then...
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Then...
Do I want to
We'll draw
discard
an
these
extra.
2? I will discard these 2 during the energy phase. It's energy phase.
Energy phase, I get...
Got 7, 8, 9.
13.
20 gets more than me.
13, I'm going to make it 14. Because I am going to play the energy surge.
How much
no
energy
reason
did you
not
get,
to.
John?
13.
Okay.
I get
So I could trash
7,
card
8, 9. So I'm going to get 9, and then I'm going to get 2 more for that. So
but I energy surge and I get 2 more. F it, energy surge, 2 more again. Ah, the energy is coursing through me.
Discard
Why did I put
1,
these?
or I'm going to spend 1 energy to draw 1 card because of Tiberius.
Okay. Great. My hand is very small now, but.
Oof. I am going to put another Galactic Grunt in my capital city.
Okay. I
discard those for energy. Actually, I will keep 1 and because of the energy surges.
I could discard 2 cards for 1 energy.
Okay,
That's true. Do I want that though?
Yeah,
I think I do.
I like all the energy phase stuff because we don't know what the galaxy is going to be yet. So
Yeah, I'm going to discard 2 cards for 1 more energy. So I'll have 15 energy. Alright. Now, Galactic phase. We have 2 planets in play.
And they...
Oh no, they go away.
Yeah, they go
because
away.
they already had energy.
Mm-hmm.
So we have no cards in play.
Yep.
So 8 cards and 3 and 3 is what we need to
These
see.
are getting tough. Laser tank.
There's 1 and 1.
Warbird.
1 and 2. Oh, internal strife.
Warp fighter.
Battle cruiser.
Battle cruiser operational. Sorry.
Battle cruiser online.
We need one more world.
We do need one more world.
Oh.
That's not a world.
Still need another world.
Also not a world. There's a world.
Here.
Yep. So that's all of them.
Okay.
Now.
Do you want me to rearrange so the worlds are next to each other?
That's fine by me. And, wow, we have a lot of stuff out here now.
Here, I'll do this.
Tell us about your difficulties in life, Cena.
Wow.
Oh, event.
Infernal Strike. Each player with more than 3 units in his war zone must immediately discard 1 unit of his choice from his war zone. I only have 1.
I think both Tiff and I have 3, so I think we're good.
Cena! No.
Cool. So our internal strife was just a minor setback.
Welcome back, Eden. Your kid's tucking fast.
Yeah, much faster than mine, which is like a 2-hour process.
Well, your kid's also 4.
Or what does he like to say? He transforms as part of a 5-step process.
Cena, no.
Whoa, that divine energy. That has Tiffany written all over it.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's your turn.
You
Go so
first.
I can go.
Yeah.
Go so I can go.
Use one action to, oh my god. The Argo is so good, but it is so expensive.
It's only 3.
No,
to put into play.
to put into play.
That's not that bad. That's only 7.
It's not awful.
I mean, it's less than half my energy, Steve.
Tina.
Okay, let's go 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take the Argo, which actually has no faction because it's awesome.
Divine energy. I have to.
Yeah, you
no
have to.
On that one.
Spend 4 on that one.
Da-da-da.
Man, there's some interesting choices here now. I can only draft 1 though, because drafting is just 1 card. It's not like deploying. Spend 1 action, and I'm gonna go ahead and spend how many of those do I even have? I don't know anymore. And this. We're gonna go ahead and spend 3
Yeah,
it's so gross.
It's completely
to buy a laser tank.
Laser tank. Tony, you surprised me. I am also gonna draft, so 1 action and 1, 2, 3 energy. And we are actually going to get this Galactic Shipyard. 3 energy. Tiffany, your turn.
I'm going to spend 3 energy to get the recovery mission.
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1, 2, 3, 4 energy to get the Warbird.
And then I will spend an action and 1, 2, 3 energy to get the Battle Cruiser.
I'm going to put
operational
Prince Aaron and my Promethean cyborg into play. So it's 6 energy and 2 actions, and I put a thingy on the Senate. Which is perfect because I have a dude who needs stuff from the Senate.
Yeah.
I also have stuff that needs things from the Senate.
All right.
Warp Fighter is so good. So good.
Yeah, it is. I'm debating on whether I want to pick it up or not. Because if I pick it up, I don't have enough energy to do much else this turn. Which is crazy that that's the case, but...
Damn, I didn't read Warp Fighter. I would have picked it up.
It's really good.
Oh, well. Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and spend the 3 to pick it up. That was probably a mistake, but we'll see.
This is sad, but I'm gonna...
Mining Coalition, pick up a token?
I'm gonna discard from the Mystic Brotherhood to draw 3 cards. And then I'm gonna gain 2 energy.
Hero has not worked well for me. I've not used him very well.
And then I'm gonna put as my action, put a Galactic Grunt into play for 1 option and 1 energy. Tiffany's turn.
I'm gonna go after Avalon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 4/3. So
for
my
each
Flame
hero,
Troopers, if I discard this Galactic Grunt, it's 3 ground, and then I can just do... I was like, I got this. Oh yeah, if I do my Starfighter hero, and discard my Galactic Strike token, I can... Yeah.
Galactic Senate.
Galactic Senate, sorry. I got it, and I'm not going to put either of those under this planet because that would be stupid.
I have no tokens. This is horrible.
And that was my turn.
Yeah, I shouldn't have bought the Warp Fighter. Because I'm sitting at 5 energy and I need 6 energy for basically anything I want to do.
No Ichi.
So we're going to spend 1 action and 1 to go ahead and put Simon the Fox out. Because I can afford him. And that's basically it for that. This is so brutal. I got distracted by shinies.
Mm-hmm.
And I can only retain 1 of these cards, so now I have to make a decision.
Hey, love.
Okay, I know which one I'm taking. But... brutal. I have no tokens on the board.
You don't. Steve only has 1.
Not good.
Steve only has 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is not good for me.
Or Steve.
Well, he's at least getting 2 points for that 1 token.
That's...
No, you're getting 4 points for your 3 and his 1, but...
Wait, which token? Oh.
Yeah.
Mystic Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Ay.
Yeah.
I mean, we were really moving fast until Steve drew 3 cards in the middle of
yeah,
the
it's you know, it's pretty rough.
Trying to figure out what you're going to do as soon as you have brand new information.
Well, and all the cards make sense, but they do have...
lots of interconnectedness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially now that we've started getting to this deck. Like, the cards from this deck all, like, connect to each
awesome
other.
Stuff. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm just gonna invade Tartarus.
Just, like, zoom in. Oh, that's...
So, 1
really
action
big
and
zoom in.
1 energy, and then I spend
Let's
1
just,
energy
like...
to add 2 ground strength to
There we
Lord
go.
Banner. So, Lord Banner is 3 ground strength.
That's Steve's turn.
And then I need to use my Hephaestus Runner Starfighter and my Jump Troopers.
I could potentially save table space by
So I'm at 4,
stacking
but
all
I'm
my
going to
worlds
use
that don't have abilities.
I'm going to use the Galactic Grunts.
That's what
to
Steve
garrison.
started doing.
Yeah.
You could start doing that if you wanted.
And then all of these go away because I can't save my Hephaestus Runner.
Because I only need to see the abilities or what's on top, what my energy generation is, basically.
Boom. Boom. Maybe March can be about armies. Which March? March, we're not doing bonus streams. So we're going to do March 1st, we're going to do the last Space Fury stream. That's next Thursday. And then for the rest of March, we're just going to do Tuesday only streams. Because March is gonna be crazy.
Yes, March is insane.
Everybody's a passing?
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do with energy except play cards from hand or buy cards off the table, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my 4 energy is totally useless. I have 1 action, but nothing I can do with it. So, yeah, I'm passing.
Tina's having a hard time right now.
And wasting 4 energy. Yay. Alright, so that's the action phase. So now we're at the discard phase. I'm keeping this. Getting rid of those. End phase, that moves.
This goes up to 5 actions. That goes to Tiffany.
Mm-hmm. Alright. And then draw phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. And I get a 7th card because I have still more worlds than units. Which is probably going to be the case forever.
So, 3
at this point.
4, 5,
and then
6.
I produce
1 more because I have more.
I produce 13 energy, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pitch a energy surge to get 1 more.
Energy phase.
Because nobody produces more than me,
7,
right?
8,
I produce
9,
11.
10,
13.
11, 12.
13. Okay.
So we're getting there.
So I get 1 more, and then
So I'm gonna energy surge for 2.
and then do I want to discard 2 cards for 1 energy, or I don't think I need to this time because most of my stuff is cheap. I say that, but I can't actually play everything from my hand. So maybe discarding 2 cards is the right answer. Yeah, we're going to discard 2 cards for 1 energy. Bringing me to 15 energy.
I'm not gonna discard any.
I'll discard these 2. Actually, I'll use my capital city.
Oh, but I can spend 1 energy to draw a card,
Actually,
which I am gonna do.
One of those. That's better. I'll discard these 2.
Crap. I probably should have capital city'd instead. It's okay. I'm fine with that. The energy is good. It's not bad. Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Galactic phase. Gobi Prime gets a token.
And now we introduce at least 7 more cards. 1.
Dreadnought Cruise. I think that's
2.
the... Oh, I think this is from the cover of the original game box, but not the... Oh, no, actually, it's not. It's a different
Another one. Dreadnought Cruiser.
Whoa.
1, 2, 3, 4.
She's just bumping around.
5.
Mech Annihilator. Hey, that has Tony
6.
written all over it.
Speedbot!
7.
The Nemesis.
8. Alright, we need 1 more world, so we're not done yet. And there's the world. The whole world in his hands.
Let's see, yeah.
Turn the draw phase, draw 1 additional card.
Wow. And let me see here. -1 energy to deploy for each starfighter in your war zone. -2 energy for each robot in your war zone. Nemesis is scary.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where the victory points.
Alright, and who's first?
Tiffany is.
Tiffany is.
Oh, information broker. Each player must immediately choose to either reveal his entire hand to the other players or discard 1 random card.
I'll show you.
I'll show. It's kind of...
So I've got a snub fighter, a Hercules bomber, a stealth hawk, and a Republican cruiser.
Right. I've got...
It's basically all
starfighters.
All starfighters.
I've got my mining vessel and some ground troops, and then a bunch of tactics, Native Alliance, and then scout mission.
Metabot, experimental prototype, seeker, coordinated assault.
Okay.
Now, the stealth hawk can be ground or air, and the Hercules bomber can gain ground, but
Tina, no.
The majority of my stuff is that. So.
Alright, I'm going to... Xena, No. I'm going to deploy 3 things for 6 energy, or actually no, 5 energy. So, let's put me there. So I have the Seeker, which gets me Mystic Brotherhood, and then I have Starfighter and a Medabot.
All the things.
Me. I am going to go ahead and spend 1 energy, or sorry, 1 action and 4 energy.
Oh, hey, late
pick
night
up
tabletop.
the Annihilator.
Yeah.
It is the Great Bearded Rogue.
I'm going to spend...
I don't know about
1,
the
2,
Great
3,
Bearded
4.
Rogue. That seems like the incorrect
energy and
adjective. Infamous, loud,
a Dreadnought Cruiser.
Tiffany. Cranky, the Cranky Bearded Rogue. That's pretty accurate.
I just really quickly need to use some math in my head. Don't mind me.
I don't know if I'm capable of math in my head, so you are better than I.
Okay, I'm gonna attack Prath?
Ptah?
Ptah, whatever it is.
P-T-A-H, yeah, Egyptian deity Ptah.
So experimental prototype is going to be used. It adds 1. So this is 2, 4, 6, and then he adds 2 to another thing plus 1, so it's 9. And then I can do during invasion if I have +2 fleet. I have +2 fleet strength if I have 2 starfighters, and I do. But I feel like I already had 11 without this. But it doesn't matter. I think I hit it. I had 11 with this exactly, so I should be at 12. But that's fine. Either way, I hit it. My Medbot will be used to keep my Seeker.
Only infantry or starfighter.
I'll keep my experimental prototype. Yeah. And I'm not putting anything under this gorgeous, gorgeous planet of lots of points and minimal energy.
So many points.
And that was an action. There you go. The details have been taken down. The police are familiar with Bearded Rogue.
Alright.
Has anybody tried the new Carcassonne app? I haven't.
2 actions.
I found the old Carcassonne app fine.
10 energy.
It was a little heavy. Load image.
To play a Republican cruiser and a Stealth Hawk.
I have no hint now.
Which puts...
I have nothing to fiddle with.
1 in the Galactic Senate and 1 in the Science Guild.
Nice.
I'm trying here.
I'm going to deploy my heavy repeating assault unit for 1, 2, 3 energy and an action, which is cool. And then that puts something in the Order of Knighthood for me.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend my last action and stuff. I'll go ahead and get the Nemesis. I don't think I'll ever put it into play, but yeah. For 6 energy in my last action.
I'm going to use 1 action and an energy to launch an attack on Nexus 7.
Yep.
Using my Republican Cruiser, which is 5 strength. My Stealth Hawk, which is 3 strength. And I think I'll just use Simon rather than my mutants.
I really should read cards before I buy things. Can I undo what I bought? I'm the worst. I want to buy a Speedbot.
Instead of Nemesis?
Yeah.
Is it the same price?
No, it's actually cheaper.
Alright.
I guess.
And
retconning
Simon.
All over the place.
I am.
And Simon, which gives me my 8 fleet and 1 melee, 1 ground. So these guys all discard. I'm not putting any of them under the planet, but I am settling it. And it lets me draw an additional card during the draw phase. And is 4 points, which is not too bad.
I'm going to spend an energy in an action. As an action, draw 1 card for each of my faction tokens in the order of knighthood, including the token for playing this card. So that will let me draw 2 cards.
So now I feel bad because I could have gotten rid of a card had I done one more deploy earlier, but my math was wrong.
Alright, Tiffany's turn.
I'm done.
Alright. Taking 1 action and spending an energy to deploy a snub fighter into play. You're up, Steve. Bless you. Bless you again.
Thank you. It started working.
It is very not sneaky to have rogue in the title. That is true. But that might be part of my plan.
Mm-hmm.
Because rogues always run in packs. Like, we always have a crew. So maybe I'm the loud, purple-haired, distracting one, while all of the more stealthy rogues are busy actually getting the stuff.
I'm just going to deploy 2 units. Or actually, I do have enough to do that. I'm going to deploy Galactic Grunts for 1 energy. Tony, your turn.
I have no actions, so I'm passing.
Okay.
I also have no energy, so I'm also
1
passing.
action and 4 energy to get this Dreadnought Cruiser.
Yep.
Brutal. Alright. Wow, I have a lot of cards. I should discard some.
Do you want?
Let's do that. We're all doing discards, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to hang on to this one.
Alright. End phase. Oof. The last
We'll get
round
up
that's
to
not...
5 actions.
One thing also is we are going to get to shuffle our discard into our deck at the start of round 9.
Got it. Xena.
So
No.
I draw 1, but then shuffle.
Let me go up to 5 actions. I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More words than units than units. Card.
Great. My energy surges are all together. Of course.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I draw 1 more for Nexus and 1 more because I have more worlds than people.
Xena, no.
So that's right. I just drew 8 cards. There's no way I can play all of these cards.
Alright, energy phase. I get...
So then we... Oh.
Energy phase.
5, 10, 13.
I get...
And then I have 2 energy surges.
7. Let's see.
Could hold on to one.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Alright, he has more than me, so I get 2.
I'm going to energy surge,
6,
so I get
8,
1.
9, 10, 11, 12.
I'm gonna go ahead and capital city this
I'm going to spend an energy to draw a card.
snub fighter.
I'm going to place 1 card from my hand beneath my capital city.
Xena, no.
Oof. Actually, I
Wow.
don't want to do that. Tragically.
So growly. Sure, I'll do another energy surge.
Wowzers. I want to do everything in this hand.
Yep.
There's no way I can do that. I do not have nearly enough.
It's on my phone. It was. Xena, no.
Goodness. Okay, so That was energy phase. So we're at galactic phase. So we need to flip out galactic cards.
Gobi Prime is done.
Yep.
These two each have a token.
Yep. So we get a world ship.
Ooh.
Atlantis. Imperial dropship. We're going to try and keep these as 8. Nexus Explorer. And Arcadia. And that's it, because that's 3 non and 3 worlds.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Imperial dropship, that's cool.
Wow, that's really cool, actually. And I am first. Wow. So can I do this? How much can I do is the question.
Did your dog just not get any attention today?
So here's a question, and this is... So, one of my things lets me, as part of the same action, do X. Deploy something for -1. If that thing has an ability that says I can deploy it for 0, does that take precedence?
Say what?
Obviously, I can't deploy it for -1, but can I deploy this as part of the same action as deploying this, but deploy it for 0 instead of 3?
Yeah.
No! I'm not giving you a Chewy.
And because you're deploying it for 0. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Normally...
So,
no, I'm not
can I chain it on
one?
one action is the question.
Ah.
Or do I have to deploy it as a second action?
You may deploy for 0. No, because it's those both say deploy.
Okay.
So I think it's deploy for 0 energy.
Okay.
I don't think it would go below 0.
Well, I know it wouldn't go. No,
but,
it's not. The question isn't would it go below 0. The question is would I still be able to play it for 0 with a discount of -1?
I think so.
Okay, cool. All right. So my first action is going to be quite insane. So I'm going to use 1 action and 7 energy to deploy the Warbird. Which...
Oh, did we did an information broker, did we?
No, we didn't.
Oh, it's the same reveal. Your whole hand.
Retired Flying Ace, Galactic Grunt,
I have
Recovery Mission, and Divide Energy.
I have a massive number of ships.
Warbird, Hercules Bomber, Stealth Hawk, Warp Fighter, Patrol Cruiser, Republican Cruiser, and Mech Annihilator.
Nice. I have the Galactic Shipyard, Battle Cruiser, the Galactic Spear makes it cheaper, the Argo, Hephaestus, and Fire Troopers, many vessels.
My first action is 7 for the Warbird, which lets me put 1 on the Galactic Senate. As part of that action, I can play any number of Starfighters at -1 energy each. So I'm going to spend 1 energy to play a Hercules Bomber, which gives me a Science. I'm going to spend 3 energy to play a Stealth Hawk, which gets me a Science. I'm then going to play a Warp Fighter for free, because I have more Galactic Senate than anybody else, and I'm all out of room. I'll worry about it in a second. That also gives me a Galactic Senate. And then I have no other Starfighters in my hand. I could keep deploying, however, if I wished. Let me see here. Let me arrange these in a little bit of a... so I can see their abilities and what they do.
You can gain actions for those.
I can.
That's pretty intense.
And I can reduce the cost of things for those, but that's not overly useful right now. So what am I going to do? Do I want to spend another action to deploy more? I have 5 energy left. Unfortunately, I'm 1 science short. Yeah, if I had 1 more science, I could get this guy out. But I don't. I have the ability to get 1 more science, but I have to spend 4 to do it, so I can't get him out anyway. I think I will use the one action to deploy the patrol cruiser as well, which gets me another science, because there's no reason to not get science.
Science is amazing. You've got quite the war zone there.
Right now, yes.
Alright, my turn?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm down to 2 cards in hand.
To deploy the Hephaestion Runner for 2 energy, so I'm down to 9, which gets me Mining Coalition. Then I'm going to deploy Envirotroopers for another Mining Coalition. I can deploy it for -1 if somebody has more worlds, which is Tony, so that's going to cost 1 action and 1. Then I will deploy the Mining Vessel for 2 more energy and an action. After I deploy it, I gain 1 energy for each of my tokens in Mining Coalition, so that gets me 2 energy.
Hey, Nathaniel.
And then I will deploy... See, I have 2 actions left. So there are some worlds out there that are tempting, but I can deploy this battle cruiser for 5, but I can play the Galactic Shipyard, where I can reduce its cost by 2 energy for each card I discard. So if I discard these 2, that will only cost me... Let's see, hold on, I was at 11, so I did 1, 2, 3. So I should be at 6 for the Mining Vessel. This, for discarding 2 cards, should cost me 1. And then that gives me 2 tokens on the Merchant Alliance. And then I can deploy the Argo, which is 7, but if I discard that, it will only cost me 4. And my last action.
Wow.
Yep.
Just wow.
Okay.
But I can't invade anything.
As an action, I can gain 1 energy for everything on the Mystic Brotherhood. So, for each of my faction tokens, including the one I just put there.
Mm-hmm.
So I get 5 energy.
Yep.
And that's an action.
That's terrifying.
That means I get to wait longer.
So I can't do anything with these guys.
See ya, Angela. Thanks for hanging out.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
So I'm gonna do...
Oh, Nathaniel says this is his favorite game.
1 action and 1 energy. And
he said round 8 should be able to claim it. I have nothing to deploy.
We are going to blow up. What are we taking? So we're going to use... We want Atlantis. Atlantis is what we want. So we're going to use the Stealth Hawk and the Mutants for the 5 land. And then we're going to use the Warp Fighter and the Bomber for the 5 air.
Wow.
And that gives me Atlantis. And I'm going to put the... Oh, we're going to use the Snub Fighter too.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to put the Snub Fighter underneath it.
Nice.
Because I don't want to draw the Snub Fighter anymore. And we'll put this under the stack of worlds with no abilities.
I have no actions, so I'm going to pass, which discards my last energy. Tiff's turn.
I'm going to spend 9 energy to buy the World Ship.
Oh, you got a lot of energy.
Yeah, well, she just earned 5.
Yeah.
Plus whatever she normally makes.
The World Ship is so great.
Mm-hmm.
So great.
Just wait for it.
Uh-huh.
Tony's turn.
Oh, I should have placed a thing on a faction of my choice.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because you are good.
I am probably not diversifying enough in my factions, but I'm trying a tactic, which is to not diversify. Because in so many of these games, if you diversify, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
I'm actually going to drop it on Order of Knighthood.
Because each token that's on there is 1 more point for you. But...
Only if you win it.
Right.
Yeah. But it's also potentially doing the thing, so...
Alright, and now it's Tony's turn.
Yep, and... I can't grab any other planets. Don't want to buy anything with my 1 energy and my science tokens.
Jeez, we're going to see the core world the next round. Pretty exciting. Here, I'm just going to see when we do the shuffle. Okay, when it moves on to the 5th sector card, everybody's given the option to immediately shuffle your discard into your draw deck. And that happens during the end phase of the previous turn. And there are going to be no units or tactics in that last deck. There's also going to be things that are affected by our tokens that are out. So.
Crap it. I feel like I should do something with my 1 energy, but I don't know that adding any of these to my deck is the right answer. Because it's 1 more card I have to draw and afford to play, and and some of them are really good, but
yeah, I do not have enough victory points from Worlds. Not even close.
that's where the majority of my victory points are. That's basically what I've got. Although I've gotten some tokens out on the board. I am not going to spend it. I'm going to pass, and we're going to waste a couple actions and 1 energy.
Sweet. Okay.
All right, discard phase.
No, I still have crap in action.
She has a whole turn left to do.
Yeah, no, you guys sat and deployed a bunch of stuff and ignored me. Recovery mission. As an action, draw a card from my discard. I draw a card of my choice into my my discard in my hand.
And you put something on the Mystic Brotherhood for that.
Yes, I do. Now I'm gonna deploy the world ship.
Yep.
For 9.
Yep.
That's disgusting and gross.
And then I have another action. I'm going to actually. I'm gonna put. Oh, and I put another one in for the fact that I played Galactic World Ship. Or World Ship. I'm gonna discard 1 to draw 3 cards, which means I shuffle. Drew 1. I'm like, those 2 cards stuck together. I bet it's stupid energy cards. Yes, it's what I wanted in life.
That's great.
I only have 1 more action. That's the sad part. It's the sad truth. Does a robot hero count as a robot? Asking.
It is a robot and a hero. Yep, yes. It is both.
Damn. I'm 1 energy short. Damn.
That was me last round.
It is a hero, so you're fine.
No, but I needed.
Oh, okay. Something
energy costs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want to get Speedbot out.
Yeah, he knows what's up. I'm gonna put. Oh my god. I'm gonna put flamethrowers in for 3 energy.
The flame troopers are amazing.
Which gives me another Mystic Brotherhood token.
Oh, but they're also crazy Mystic Brotherhood. I feel like the world ship is full of a bunch of
book burning Fahrenheit 451ers.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. I'm mutants.
Now I'm done.
I'm mutants, and she's destroying information. It's
okay. Now I'm done. So now we discard. Now Tony's thing passes to Steve.
So discard phase, and this is where when it moves is where we get the decision.
It's in the end phase, so it's before the discard phase is first.
Discard is first, so anything I put in would be shuffled in.
Yeah, if you choose, you don't have to.
I do choose because I really want that Speedbot.
I'm gonna shuffle that in. All right, and I'm gonna keep that out.
I want the chance that cut and that.
Okay, so we are doing 6 actions this round.
I won't do it. I won't do it.
This goes to me.
6 actions.
And I think
and I will never be first player again.
And then it doesn't matter because everything is in my discard.
So now we shuffle.
Yeah, because that's the end phase. So I
have more worlds.
I will do it. Okay, I might as well.
Good call. Good call.
And we're going to draw an extra card. So you're going to draw up to 7 and then all of our crazy bonuses.
Oh, good lord.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not going to get my
I will.
Fancy thing. Yep, you will. Tiffany will. I will not.
I will get that, and I will get
One,
an additional card because of this,
5,
and
6,
I
7.
have the ability to discard a card from my hand to draw a new card from the top of my deck if I don't like it. So
I don't have that. I finally have a faction token in the Merchant Alliance.
yeah.
So I can discard a card from my hand to draw a new card from the top of my deck.
So I have 1,
Alright.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1 for Nexus. Then 1 for having more worlds than units.
I'm gonna discard that.
And then in the draw phase, I can discard 1 card from my hand to draw the top card of my deck if I don't like what's in my hand. If there's something in my hand I don't want.
Okay, I think that's my only draw phase thing. Are we good to move on to the energy phase? Or no, you're doing draw phase thing. Yeah. Oh, and Nexus.
Mm-hmm.
Nexus 7 being 1 better than the Nexus 6.
So I'm going to discard my Coordinated Assault to draw another card. I am happy I drew another card. That is a fantastic thing that I just did.
Energy phase?
Energy phase, so 10, 17.
So 12. Yeah, so I will energy surge to get 2 more.
Alright, did my energy phase?
I did not draw any energy surges. I don't think. No, I did not. So 17 is all the energy I have. Yeah, I know. Wow, that kind of sucks, but oh well. We'll get there.
Does each of us have a different bonus for Raven? Is that
No.
why? No.
Ravens, it's just, it was added in the
it was
expansion,
added
so
in the
that's how they
expansion.
got it onto the player board rather than doing new player boards. Which I think is a little weird, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Alright. Oh, I could discard 2 cards for 1 energy. Do I want 1 more energy? I could discard that one for sure. Do I want to discard any of these others? Let me do some math here. So I have 20 energy in my hand, which means there's no way I'm playing all of this. Which means let's go ahead and ditch this. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this to get 1 energy.
I am similarly going to discard my Metabot
I forgot to do that. Okay.
and my Jump Troopers to gain 1 energy.
Alright, so now it's Galactic Phase.
I already did the.
Everybody
discard.
ready for Galactic Phase?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's, 3 worlds, 3 non-worlds.
Okay. So we've got Zeus, +1 Empire Point for each Starfighter. Wotan, +1 Empire Point for each infantry unit. And then the Eidolon League. When you draft this card, immediately place 1 of your faction tokens in the Galactic Order of your choice. And the Mining Coalition. The draft cost of this card is -1 for every core world in your war zone.
Ooh.
So it's core worlds make it cheaper, which...
And
Core worlds are only the final worlds?
yeah.
Okay, so only things with a V on them reduce the cost of the Mining Coalition. Good to know. And I go last this round.
So, I'm just going to go first. As an action, draw 1 card for each of my faction tokens in order of knighthood. So I will place 1 on there, spend 1 energy and 1 action, and then I will draw 4 cards.
Wow.
Which is the rest of my deck. Tiffany's turn.
I'm going to deploy Sentinel, which will be 2 energy. And an action, and then I can draw a card when I deploy it, and then I also will be deploying Seeker, which is free because there's 3 things out. Cool, and then I'll deploy Metabot for 1 action and 1 energy.
Alright. I'm going to, for my first action, I will deploy Warp Fighter for free. Second action, I will deploy Beast Rider for 1. Third action, I will deploy Mech Annihilator for 5. Next action, I will deploy the Laser Tank for 4. Next action, I'm going to go ahead and spend $6 to deploy the Republican Cruiser, and now I need to put tokens out. So I have 1 Science, 1 of these, 1 Mining Colony, and 1 more of these. That's all my deploys.
Alright, I'm going to invade Idun. So we're going to use Galactic Grunts, Enviro Troopers, so that's 3, Heavy Repeating Assault Units, so I'm at 5. Actually, no. I will do this. So I will discard an energy to make this 4. So it's 5 total. And I need 4 fleet strength. I will use the Hephaestus Runner and the Mining Vessel for 4. So that's this. I gain an energy for it. Oh, also. Wait, was this my first action? No.
Second action.
Okay.
Because you were first player this round.
And then there's my energy that I spend. Get an energy back for it. And then after invasion, if I have more tokens in mining. Oh, Tony put 1 in mining coalition. Damn it. I messed that up. It's fine. Darn, I was hoping to keep that. Didn't pay attention. Okay, but the Galactic Grunts are going to go under that world. Very nice.
Okay. I'm going to take out Zeus.
Yep. Damn it.
Yep.
So, my flame
Turn
troopers,
order.
And my Promethean cyborg got it for 5. And then, let's see what experimental prototype gets me. +1! Not super helpful. Yeah, it doesn't save me from any ships. So, I have to use all of the ships that I have out to hit 10. However, my flame troopers get to stay in play. And my robot does not. And I'll actually put my robot under Zeus.
Oh, turn order. I needed that.
Cool.
So the question now is, do I need any of this crap? Wotan isn't terrible. Arcadia is much cheaper. I don't know if I can hit 14 ground with what's out, though. All my ground vehicles has +1 ground strength, but I only have 2 ground vehicles. But they would be better served getting the vehicle one if it comes out. So, can I don't think I can bother getting the infantry one right now. So Arcadia then. Can I spare 6 ground strength? And 3 fly strength? I think so. Yeah, because... maybe. Yeah, I can. So we're gonna do... Shoot.
It's what I did to Zeus, is I shot at it.
We're gonna do a laser tank for 6 of ground strength.
We are invading Rome.
Yeah, going after Arcadia. And then I need 3 flight. Let's go ahead and use the patrol cruiser, which gets me 3 flight, and that will get me Arcadia. Those go away. This comes to me.
Oh, wait.
I get 1 energy.
You get an energy when you buy a thing that
has an energy token on it, yeah.
I explained it.
Did you, though?
Yeah.
I haven't done it once this whole game.
Yeah, I explained
when
there's your token.
I should get a bunch of free energy right now.
That was my 1 action.
Yeah.
So.
Kyrie's turn.
Alright, I can take 1 more action, and I have 3 energy to do it. Blah. Not great.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Okay, I'm going to deploy a Dreadnought for 1, which will put me Mining Coalition, and I'll pay. But I'm going to do Galactic Shipyard, which will give me 1 on Merchant Alliance. When deploying, discard up to 3 cards. So I'm going to discard 3 cards.
Which?
Reduced by 2 energy each.
I can see how going last is really painful in these final 2 rounds.
So I'm only gonna it's only gonna cost 1 energy. I will discard this one, which is another Mining Coalition, or deploy that. And this one will cost the full 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another action, because yeah, it was 6, 1, 2. 2 actions left. I'm at 6. I will discard 1 from the Merchant Alliance instead to get 3 back for that. And then that is my stuff. Tiffany's turn.
Recovery mission. World ship's coming back.
Yep.
Okay, token.
Gross.
Tony turn. Oh, Tony's out?
No, I have 1 action, but I'm trying to decide if I care to use it.
All the remaining core worlds come out in the last round, apparently.
Oh, yeah, I think that's...
Okay. It still only helps so much because I still don't get first crack at everything. But...
Oh, yeah. Everything from that deck goes out.
Okay. So, I guess I'll just use my last action and an energy to go ahead and put Simon the Fox out rather than hold on to him.
Alright, Kairo's turn.
I will use 1 action and all 9 energy to draft the Eidolon League. For 9, and then I can go on any Galactic Order, Galactic Order of my choice. I'm gonna go on the Order of Knighthood.
Putting world ship back into play.
Yep. Another Mystic Brotherhood for you.
Yeah.
Points.
I don't think there's any hope I have. I'm passing.
Tony, you're out.
Yep.
I'm also well, it's your turn. But then
I'm gonna gain 2 energy from the Mining Coalition, and then use my last action and that 2 energy to deploy Lord Banner, my faction hero.
I am out of actions, so I am done.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna need to make a little room.
Discard phase done. End phase. Token moves back to Tiffany. I don't feel like 2 energy was very good for going last this round and
yeah, and then
second
I'm
this round.
gonna go last. And
yeah.
So yeah, end phase, last, and then I guess it does technically happen in order of draw phase.
So yeah, so end phase, draw phase. So I draw.
Oh, and then we're at 6 actions.
One more. So I draw 8 cards.
5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4,
7.
5, 6. Haha.
Ah,
So
I get
8.
to shuffle and draw one off the top of my deck.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Ouch.
8.
Ouch. Ouch.
Please be a good one.
The good news is I have a way to draw a lot of cards.
That's an okay one. I drew an okay one. I did not draw the one I wanted.
I am gonna discard a card because I have a Merchant Alliance to draw one off the top of my deck. Thank you. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, I didn't. This is not good.
Okay, are we good on draw phase?
Yeah.
Energy phase.
Energy phase. This is where I might redeem myself. 3,
5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13.
19.
13, and then I will energy surge for 2 more.
I'm dropping 2 energy surges to get 2 energy. Unfortunately, I drew 2 energy surges in my big ol' hand. I would have rather drawn things to play, but it is what it is.
Oh, I forgot I had this. During the draw phase, you may discard your entire hand and then draw 6 new cards. I don't need to do that, though.
I got, whenever you spend a faction token in the Mystic Brotherhood to draw 3 cards, you could also peek at another player's hand, but, you know.
Yeah.
I have to actually be putting tokens on the Mystic Brotherhood for that to matter. It was mostly just grabbed because I could. Alright. So now, Galactic Phase, and this is where it gets interesting. So we already technically have enough non-worlds. Oh no, we don't, because those two go away.
Yeah, but we're gonna play the whole deck.
The whole deck comes out?
And it says everything in the last deck.
That's a lot of cards.
I will double check. Well, a lot of them are events, so... all remaining cards from the Galactic deck must come out. Let me just double check.
So the Prince... Warlords...
Yep.
Indra, Civil War, Quetzalcoatl, Anu, Raven, Supreme Admiral of the Realm, Command Ship, Imperial Counterassault, Order of Knighthood, and Ra.
Alright, during this round... Each player must decide whether or not to spend +1 action to invade each core world. Otherwise, that core world has +2 ground strength. Oof! So it costs 2 actions to invade core worlds. Great.
Whoa, that is brutal.
Yeah.
Or you just need an additional. You just need 2 additional ground strength is the other option. So have ground strength when invading, or spend 2 actions, which we get 6 actions. Whew. And I'm gonna go ahead and move these over here.
Yeah.
To try to give us more of a view.
This is a pretty intense last round.
Is this a nod to the Wu-Tang Clan?
No, I don't.
Wotan is Odin.
Mm.
It's another name for Odin.
Alright, I have to calculate some stuff.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know if I can actually do it, but I'm gonna try.
Wow, so those are all just points.
These or
these?
Yeah.
I'm gonna deploy Sentinel for an action and 2.
Tiffany can't get that one.
I get. Which one can't I get?
+1 victory point for each of your faction tokens on a single Galactic Order card of your choice.
Oh, you just noticed that, did you?
She gets to go first. She's got it. There's nothing. Like,
unless he spends.
I would have to basically spend my stuff to take it now.
And I get to draw a card.
Isn't terrible, but
yeah,
I don't know if I can afford it. 8 and 8.
That's what I needed.
Yeah, I could get it, but it doesn't do me much good.
Speedbot.
But I can't let her have it.
I mean, just.
She took the one for Starfighters that I desperately needed, so.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Promethean, Cyborg. 4.
The big problem is that if I take it, then I'm probably not going to get anything else. Because it will be gone.
I mean, that's your decision.
It's a billion D points for you.
I mean, a billion D isn't a real number.
You say that! But
it's only 12 points. That's not a huge swing in this game.
12 points plus the 4 that's already
yeah.
It's only 16 points for her.
Don't worry, Tony. I'll do the right thing.
I mean, I can do it.
Makes you do it. And then I'm gonna put retired flying ace. Okay.
I don't have a surplus of any one type of card, so none of them are overly great for me. The one that I needed is gone. So I just need to get as many as I can. So we're gonna do one
or burn
action.
through Galactic Senate tokens to get more actions.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Nathaniel said.
Oh no, burning! It's not an actions problem. It's I only have so many cards.
Yeah.
Like there's only so many things I can get,
Only
and I don't
had
have a
Mystic Brother.
I'm just saying, and I don't have a surplus of any one type of unit. Like I don't have a ton of robots or a ton of infantry or a ton of. I have like a couple of each thing. Except starfighters. So I'm going to do one action and one energy. And how can I get Raven? I need 8 and 8. So I don't have any tactics in my discard pile, so I can't get any help there. So I can get 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get 5 that way. But that's not enough. So I guess I'm using the Annihilator if I want to get it. Alright. So the Annihilator is 9. So that's all the ground I need. Now I need 8 air, which I don't have a convenient way to get either. Warp Fighter is 4, and Republican Cruiser is 6. I don't have any more vehicles. Yeah, so the Republican Cruiser's ability isn't needed. So that's 9 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't want to use 2 actions, I can throw Simon the Fox at it. I will.
Simon the Fox could even garrison it.
That's what I'm going to do. Not that it matters. I'm not drawing through my deck anymore, but Simon is going to garrison. My hero is going to live on Raven.
Gosh darn. That has been my goal since the very first turn of this game, when I read all the core worlds, and I was like, oh, don't diversify. Just drill into one. And I was like, I like drawing cards!
That's you, Tony?
That was me.
Okay. I need Anu. And so I'm going to use Envirotroopers for the extra 2 to beat that counter assault. It looks very like
You were just taking the things that I want.
I was going to say kill zone.
Well, there's only so many things. There's apparently actually a variant of this on Board Game Geek where you just have as many of each core world as you do players. And so everybody can get everything if they have enough.
There's a variant
too.
In the back of Galactic Orders. They didn't mention Tiff, but it's that if you invade a core world, everybody else gets the chance to also invade it. But I didn't mention that variant because I figured we would just play base. But would that interest you?
I mean, we could secure my victory more thoroughly if you wanted to play that way. But
yeah, I think that could be a variant that would prevent the turn order in the last turn issue. So that might be something to play with in future games.
But I feel like the turn order makes this whole thing work.
Yeah.
Because, like, yes, I went first, but I had to set it up, and so Tony stole it from me.
But only because you took the thing that I desperately needed last round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, but that's even, though. Like, that evens out.
Right.
No, I think it's...
No, I agree. It just... It's feel bad on both sides.
Yeah.
You didn't get what you wanted, and I didn't get what I wanted. We both got something.
Love and Galactic Orders.
And I'm actually fine with that. So we'll do 14 plus 2. And actually, the Envirotroopers are going to garrison this world.
I love how Steve, the only person who wasn't involved in the transaction, is fine with it.
Totally fine. Anyway, that's one
well, so, like,
action
I could
and
get
one
this
energy.
world or the world you just took.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, why not?
Tiffany's turn.
But that's cool. I guess it makes sense for me to go for Raw.
Raw's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's more points than most of the stuff, for sure.
I have a cub. I have, like, 2 robots. Where does it say vehicle?
It's robot or vehicle.
No, but where does the car specifically say?
Yeah, it
like
says vehicle where it says
tank
infantry.
says vehicle.
I don't think I have a vehicle. So speed guy gives me 3/3. My starfighter with the Galactic Senate token gives me enough airspace. And then, if I add my Promethean Cyborg and my Flame Troopers, I'm good to get raw. Why would you garrison any of these amazing people? And that... Did I overpay for that? I can't overpay by discarding 2 cards. I won't. I'll just be done. Oh! I could actually just spend my 1 energy to do that. Okay. Turn.
Yep. Now we have to deploy stuff because I don't have much on the table. But I don't have any fancy cheats for deploying, so I have to leave myself at least 1 action to grab something with them. So, let's do it in this order. We're going to do 1 action and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to drop Stealth Hawk, which puts a science out. Then 1 action and 4 to put a patrol cruiser out. Then 1 action and 2 to drop a Hercules bomber. All of the ones that I really care about are gone, but maybe I can pick up 1 of these. And then I have 2 actions left. Do I want to use 2 actions to try to take something else, or do I want to just buy stuff with it? Because I have 11 energy, and yeah, there's no reason, unless I have to deploy them. So let me do math real quick. So I can't do that. Actually, I may have just screwed up royally. Because I don't think I can actually take any of them. 2, 3, 4, 7. I screwed myself by using the dude and garrisoning him, but I had to use him. Yep, I can't actually take anything with what I have on the table. So now I feel like I should undeploy. No, I need the science out there anyway. So we're just going to stop there. That's what I can do. I need the science out there for points. I'm not going to deploy anything else because there's no point. Nothing else in my hand does anything. Steve, you're up.
His continent.
It's a lovely, lovely continent.
Yeah, had I drawn any of these, I would have been in business. Literally any of those 4 cards. Oh well. Okay. The one I did take doing this drove my score up too, so there's no reason to not do that.
Is there any bonus for having a crap ton of energy at the end of the game? Asking for a friend.
You would just draft those.
Well, but I'm out of actions. And I use my Galactic Senate to boost my retired Stripe Orlet, so...
So every token on the
I'm gonna
science
spend an action. And then
okay,
1,
I see
2,
what I have to
3.
do. What I should have done instead. Oh well.
To deploy that, and then put another on the Order of Knighthood. And then I will...
This feels like Terraforming Mars, but without the fiddly boards. Like, the card combos and things that you do, it's like the same kind of stuff as in Terraforming Mars, but there's like, it's not with Terraforming Mars, there's like this unending engine, so you build it and it never really like decreases. Like it just keeps getting more powerful. Whereas in this, there's like waves where you have deployments and no deployments. This is more interesting to me.
Okay, I am just going to be done with just deploying one card. Tiffany's turn.
That's so brutal.
I'm just going to Divine Energy as an action, because why not? So I get a lot of energy.
Yeah. So you can effectively buy anything on the board.
13. I get 13 energy. But then, that was my last action spot. So, it all goes down.
So now, I spend one action, and I reduce the cost of all those by 1 because I have 1 core world. Mm-hmm. I cannot get a second one because I only have 7 ground strength.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Ouch. Everything's
flight, and all of the flying ones were purchased. So I can buy things is what I can do. So all of these are -1. So the most points, they're all the same. The 7s are all 2, the 6s are all 1, the 8s are all 3. So I can spend 7, but I could discard 1 point from the Science Guild. So lose 1 point here, and 1 point from Raven, which is 2 points, to take 3 points for 2 points to take 3 points for 5 energy. Alright, so I got the Science Guild.
Alright, as an action, I'm going to spend
so I gain
1 energy
point.
and the action to draw 1 card for each of my faction tokens on there. So 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6.
Out of actions. This is your turn. Are you done?
Yeah, that was my turn. That was
I'm out of actions. So I'm done.
Alright, my next action is going to be... Do I get 1 more again? Gain a point for 6 energy? Or no, gain a point for 5 energy? I think I have to. There's no reason not to gain a point.
Yeah.
So.
If I could, I would, but I'm out of actions.
The problem is that I have to do this, which actually loses me 2 points. And I gain 1 point because it's 3 points. So. Mm-hmm. And I can't do anything else on my next one unless I kill my Galactic Senate for actions or science for energy. So, yeah. Steve, you're up. So I'm pretty sure my next turn is a pass. Yeah.
What you gonna do, Kairos?
I'm gonna do stuff and things.
You got 10 energy and 3 actions.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm working on it. I think I'm gonna deploy units again.
Where are you, laser tank? In my moment of hope, and my berserkers let me down too. They were the bottom card of my deck.
I'm gonna deploy. It's brutal, but 2 actions and then 3 energy. 1, 2, 3. All right, Tony.
I have 1 energy and 1 action. There's no reason for me to lose 4 points to gain 2, so I'm passing. I'm done.
Okay.
One action, Kairos. What you gonna do?
Don't need that. Don't need that.
Yeah. Burning through the Galactic Senate tokens is interesting, but I don't have enough energy to make that worth it.
Okay, I'm going to attack... I'm going to attack Indra.
I did still come out 5 points ahead playing these guys. Because I put 3 out there, used 2 of them to acquire 2 points. Yeah. It's not terrible.
Okay. Last action, last energy.
Not terrible.
Need to do some stuff. So I'm gonna spend 1 energy to add 2 strength to him. And then I'm gonna do Native Alliance
For an energy.
for another energy. I'm going to discard 4 cards from hand. And I don't need, that's 1, 2,
This is really cool.
1, 2, 3 would give me 3 ground strength, so I'm at 6.
You discarded 3 cards. Oh, yeah, you're at 6. Yeah.
Yeah. 6.
7, 8. And then these give you more than enough
I'll actually...
for your Indra.
Wow. What were the events we didn't use?
Actually, no, let's unspend that energy and take those 3 cards back, because I can spend 1 energy, and then if I spend 2 more... This is 6, and that's 3, so that's 9 energy, and I need 10.
That one. Jump troopers.
Oh, yeah, jump troopers.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So that's 10 energy. I can garrison Indra with my jump troopers.
Wait, hang on. Pause.
Oh,
No,
right.
you're attacking this one. You changed.
No, it's 10 energy because of the thing.
Oh, because you're adding. But it's you have to have the,
Yeah, I have
you
to have...
also you need to pay that too.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just discard both of these. Jump troopers will garrison that. And then I will discard Metabot to keep heavy repeating assault unit out.
Baymax with missiles.
Baymax with missiles. Alright, Tony, your turn.
I've passed.
You've passed?
I've passed.
Okay, now the fun part.
But that was your last action.
I can still...
No, you must have 1 action remaining to do that.
Oh! Darn. Okay, well... Woe is me.
Okay! Discard phase. I guess. And then end phase?
I should have read that. There was
yeah,
glare! There was glare!
Nope, no excuse. No excuse, Mr. Never-Ending Turns. No excuse.
That makes me sad. Oh well.
Okay.
Oh well.
Mr. Never-Ending Turns and Mr. Can't Do Math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
gotten,
me.
I would have gotten some more points. Not that I'm gonna win.
So we just add up all of our
I think that
Empire points.
I think that would be easier to just subtract our scores from Tiffany's.
I don't think it's gonna be that high.
So you still are gonna get points for things that you have
garrisoned.
Yes. Wait, you get points for stuff that you've garrisoned?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everything. It's garrisoning is just to get it out of your deck.
Yeah.
So you don't have to mess with it.
So it's not quite trashing.
Well, I don't think I garrisoned anything that
was worth points
because I didn't think that I got points for them. Yeah, no, I garrisoned my starter deck basically, and my warship was in my war zone, so I get extra points.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Because that's how that works. Fatality.
Okay. And then I need to add up my heroes.
That's so Raven.
Does it count as in your empire if you didn't garrison? If you did garrison or no?
Yes.
It does still?
Yeah.
Everything would have been different.
Yeah, everything in your discard, everything garrisoned, everything.
I have 3 heroes.
I wish I had used my last action as that Galactic Senate thing.
Does it count as a starfighter if it's a starfighter hero?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is both a starfighter and a hero.
Okay.
Alright, so I need to... And then we use our energy marker to mark the points from up there, is my understanding.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
That's how they recommend you do it.
Oh. I'm still in this part of the... Okay.
So, it's 9 either way.
9.
This one's 9. So there we go, that's easy.
Okay.
So that's 27. Plus
10.
Let's do this.
Are ties friendly on Galactic Orders?
Yes. But second... You are still first and second place, so third place gets nothing.
So, in that case, do we just each get 2 points? Or
Yes.
We each get 1 point.
1 point?
Yeah.
Because we were second place.
You get 1 point per token, and it's half rounded up if you're second place.
So we're combining first and second place.
Only in a friendly tie.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
So I get 5 and 6.
You each score as if you were first place if you are...
So do we get 2 points or 1 point? That's my question.
You wouldn't get 2 points. It's only ever 1 point per token.
Yes, but it's 2 points total.
Yeah.
There are 2 points.
There are 2 tokens here.
So
that is 2
2
points.
points.
You get 2 points.
I thought it was
she
for
gets
your...
2 points.
Oh, I thought it was for your...
No, it's all tokens.
That's why you're making out like bank from my Mystic Brotherhood. You're welcome, by the way.
Yes.
You get 8 points from that.
No, the player who has the most tokens scores bonus points equal to the number of tokens he has on that Galactic Order card.
Oh, so it's only...
Yeah, sorry, I
thought it was all
No,
players
it was
collectively.
only yours. Did I not say that?
You did not. But that's fine. My score is still...
I even read it wrong because I thought it was all players collectively. Yeah. Okay, so...
I think I'm done.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10...
So I get... 10, do I get 10 or 11? Do I get 1 point for the mining colony, or does it round down and I get 0?
It's rounded up.
Rounded up? Okay, so I get 11 points total from that.
Wait, from the mining colony?
From everything out there. I get 11 points from tokens.
Okay. So I'm at...
Yeah.
See, would I log this as the Core Worlds or Core Worlds Galactic Orders?
I don't know. I always log things as the base, but okay, I did not.
But if you only ever play with the expansion.
That's right, I need to log this crap.
Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 2. 44.
44.
53.
Yep. Good game. Good game, Tiff.
We that's crazy.
Did we tie?
Tied. Yeah, we tied. That's crazy.
Did you log it as Core Worlds?
I just did the base game.
Did you see that the new update you can share?
Does it actually work now?
I don't know if it works or not, but that was what they said in the new update. You can actually share plays with other people, so only one person has to enter it.
That would be nice. Because they've had the feature for a while where you can put their PGG username in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
But
Interesting.
That was in the last release notes update, I think. But this is really good. This does not feel like a deck builder.
It doesn't, no, but it does. Like, it has the same waves as deck builders.
Yes, it's a tempo game, but it doesn't feel like a deck builder, and I really like that.
So I don't think I could have gotten 9 points with my action farming. Yeah, I don't think I could have gotten it anyway.
Now to separate everything into decks.
Which, it's nice that they have it on the front at
so
least.
Prominent.
Yeah, I don't know, what did you all think? Because it was both your first times playing it.
It was my second time playing it.
Oh, sorry. First time, with the expansion. Because you played it, once before without?
Mm-hmm. I really dig it. It's one of those games that I know I can do better the next time I play, because now I'm more familiar with it. Your comparison to Terraforming Mars is really apt, because the first time I played Terraforming Mars, I had this, I had the sweet combo chains that hit, and as I was starting to understand the game, I started to see how everything connected. Going forward,
you need a spot for 3s, honey.
Yeah, but I was trying to put that.
I know, but 3s are...
Going forward, I'll have a better idea of what's in the deck and how things go together. So I would be very excited to play again. It's a card game, so it's up my alley. It's a deck builder, so we know I like those.
Yeah, I think I personally, and this is just because of how I play these games, I need knitting or something when playing this with Steve. Because I figure out, basically all of my actions and everything that I'm going to do for the whole round, and then I'm ready to go, but I only get to take one turn at a time.
Yep.
So I have a lot of downtime. There's just so much downtime, especially when playing with Steve.
I helped.
Well, I mean, as much as having a third player would help.
I mean, I was still planning my turns during Tony's turn anyway, so I don't think Tony lengthened the game at all.
Yeah.
Or not much.
So yeah, but I think is good. It's very different, but yeah, I think
looking through the decks and seeing some of the cards that didn't come out, your heroes cost -1 energy to deploy, for example.
Yeah, I think that if you were playing with 4 or 5 players, you would definitely see more cards, but at the same point, I think the downtime would be too long for me. I mean, we played that game, it took us 3 hours. The teach was probably 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. So 2.5 hours to play for 3 players. And we didn't really have, any downtime during the playing.
We weren't,
somebody was always going.
We weren't getting up and leaving.
And we didn't have long periods of time where we were just, chatting at each other.
Right. Or even with chat.
Yeah, Nathaniel says that this works better 2-player, and I'm feeling that I agree with. I would play this with Steve, just Steve and I, and I think it would be pretty interesting. But I think I also am getting very spoiled in having a 2-player, having a second player that I can play games with, and we can play big involved games in a quarter of the time if you're playing with more players.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know that my game group back in Kentucky, this is one of their favorite games, but it wasn't a game that they would pull out on a weeknight because it would take a while if you played it with 4 or 5 players. So I can definitely see that being a thing. I think it's definitely a game worth playing. I really liked it. The tempo aspect is one that, like in Clank or other deck builders that do other things, like that exists as a big plus for me. I like games that have tempo to them. I design a game that's all about tempo for that reason.
Well, Nathaniel pointed out in chat, like round 8, hopefully you've timed it so that it's deployment, so you have everything out so that you can plan for 9 and 10.
Right.
And like that might not always happen, but it's something to aim for. Like I wasn't even thinking about that when I was playing.
I thought about it, but then I had that warship come out.
Oh, the warship?
The Mystic warship, and I had the right combo of cards to make that card.
Yeah, there was no reason to not grab that.
So I was just like,
with what you were already doing, I basically decided to completely ignore the Mystics at that point. Because I thought any token I put on there was just going to be giving her more points.
Yep.
Which was my misunderstanding. Well, but I still don't think it was the wrong call.
Well, I just made a mess. But, yeah.
So, I was hoping to, like, burn Brotherhood tokens at the end to try to get another core world.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't. But that was kind of my hope, is that I just have a bunch of stuff out and that I could burn it down. Because I had a lot of stuff...
Burn it down.
Oh, technically the homeworlds aren't supposed to be part of these.
Oh.
It is pretty... I mean, it's thinky in the card combos.
Yeah.
There's definitely design combos that are pretty gross. And I think as the more you play, the more you would see those, and also the more you would pay attention to what other people are buying so that they don't get those disgusting combos.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And the one turn that I, like, played the ship and then dropped, like, 4 fighters for one action, like, that felt really satisfying as something that I got to do. So there's those little, like, candy moments in there. Oh, these are the ones that were replaced. And these are the old original homeworlds.
So I had those all just off to the side on their own.
Yeah, they were in this little tiny thing here.
But yeah, one thing I like is it's a game where you only have a certain amount of base card draw, and you only have a certain amount of actions, and you only have a certain amount of rounds unless you can augment that. And I think from having played this at least a couple times with the base before the expansion, like you didn't really have a lot of flexibility outside of cards that you would have already needed in your deck or in your hand. So like these tokens really, I felt, let you just rule break just a bit so you could kick something off if like you had stalled just a bit. Like if you just needed to cycle your deck back, you could discard a Brotherhood to draw 3 cards or something. Or if you just needed one more energy, you could drop.
I like the use of the heroes to create the different factions to make each one of the starter decks slightly different. I did not do a good job of using mine. Like my hero let you play tactics from the discard pile. I didn't pick up any tactics, and it seemed like any time I drew him, he was the there was nothing in my discard pile. Like I only drew him on the hands where there was nothing in there, or there were only energy surges were the only tactics, which I couldn't use with him.
Yeah.
So
Nathaniel says that his impression is risk mitigation is a huge part of the game.
Yes.
You need to be able to respond to someone getting the card you wanted, especially in the last round, which was in my entire last round.
Yep.
I could get 3 core worlds that I cared about. I could get more than that, but there were 3 that I cared about, and they picked the 2 that I cared the most about. So
I had 2 that I cared about, and taking the one so you didn't get it meant that I didn't get the ones that I cared about. The score wouldn't have changed. Like I still would not have beaten. Like
the score would have changed by quite a bit, but in favor of me.
Yes, yeah. Like I would not have won. It would not have changed my placement even. I don't think. So very little reason to mess with that. I like these dividers.
Yeah. I think they came with they were part of the insert, I'm pretty sure.
They're cool.
I think they came in the base game. I don't think they
the
came
dividers?
from
Oh, maybe.
Token.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's the
That's also something Broken Chicken would have done.
Yeah, not really.
Zeros.
Unless it was an official one. But
maybe it came with the expansion. I don't know.
Yeah. Coolies. All right. Well, that's Core World.
Yeah, that was
Galactic
the game.
Orders.
That was the game I really wanted to play for Spacetuary.
And we played it.
Yay!
Tune in Tuesday for The Expanse. Tony will be back for that, and we'll have John as well. We're going to be playing the 4-player The Expanse game. And then next Thursday we're going to be playing Chimera Station from Tasty Mitchell Games. So, and then that's it. No more Spacetuary after next week. Oh, the porch door is open.
But yeah, The Expanse is kind of like a 4-player Twilight Struggle or 13 Days or 13 Minutes. It uses a very similar system where we're vying for control on the board. You put influence cubes out, and you draft cards, and you either can use them as action points or as a special ability. So I think we still haven't finished our 2-player game of Twilight Struggle, but the idea of playing a 4-player kind of slimmed down, kind of similar version of a similar system is pretty exciting. Plus, I like The Expanse as the show, so
I haven't seen it yet, so I'm interested.
it's definitely worth seeing.
We're gonna make sure Steve doesn't spoil it for people too much, or I'm gonna start spoiling Doctor Who for him. For every Expanse spoiler he drops, I'm gonna drop a Doctor Who spoiler. Turnabout's fair play. It's only fair. Like, I can tell you who oh, you already know that one. You figured that one out, I think.
I thought you were gonna say you can tell me who the 13th Doctor is.
Well, I can tell you that too. I can tell you who the 8th Doctor is. I can tell you if David Tennant ever gets to see Billie Piper. Or
Oh my
Rose
god!
again.
Oh my god!
I can tell you if Chris Eccleston ever gets to see Rose again. Yeah.
No.
Alright.
Rest of the
On that delightful notes, Tony is apparently going to hang out and just read through all the cards, which is fine. But Steve and I haven't had dinner yet, so we're going to end the stream and we're going to go eat dinner. So yeah, but thank you for watching, and we'll see you all Tuesday for The Expanse / Doctor Who spoiler marathon, depending on how Steve handles it.
It's up to me, apparently. The power is in my hand.
It is in your hand, yeah.
But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for chatting and tuning in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and thanks for watching, if you're live or not live.
And thank you, Nathaniel, for a couple rules reminders. Those were helpful.
Yes.
Yep. Awesome. Alright. Adios.
Alright, later all.
Bye.